Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fight Gods podcast. I'm your host, Will Getling. This is my co-host, Nick Lee. We are here in the studio with Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews. This guy has been up and down the East Coast, West Coast, everywhere in pro wrestling, NXT, Ring of Honor. He is a guy who's really taken off, and welcome to our show, Victor.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for having me. What's going on, people? What's going on out there in the Fight Gods podcast world? How everybody doing?
I think they're all doing pretty good, especially with you being
You're
here.
here,
Nick, how you
man.
doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. How am I doing? This is the best week ever, man. We have Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews, on the show. We are on the road to WrestleMania. It doesn't get any better than this.
We're on the road to UFC 223. We're on the road to Bellator. It's all going down. It's all happening now. We're going to go ahead and jump right in because this is going to be a little bit longer edition of our show because not only are we going to be doing our WrestleMania predictions, our UFC 223 predictions, but also we will be doing a in-depth interview with Victor Andrews today, somewhat of a shoot interview. So we've got a lot going on. This guy has all kinds of stories to be telling. And let's jump right into it, man. What do you want to talk about first? WrestleMania?
Of course I want to talk about WrestleMania. Of course I want to talk about WrestleMania, man. We got to talk about WrestleMania. First thing I know we should start out and wait until we get to the main fights a little on, but I got to lay this out right now. It's Monday today. So tonight's the last Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. You guys think we're going to get confirmation from Undertaker tonight?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No. Not tonight.
But do you think he will
Sunday.
fight? Okay.
Sunday. We find out Sunday.
So you think Cena's just going to be there?
Cena's going to be there. He's going to be in this crowd. He's going to have a mic. He's going to say his thing. Like, yeah, it's the greatest WrestleMania. We're having fun. Da-da-da-da. And then the gong is going to hit. And then Kid Rock's going to come on stage. And he's going to bust out the American Badass. Can I say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
He's going to bust out American Badass music. And then The Undertaker's going to ride down it.
Yeah. That'd be so
that make you drop your pen.
Nick is going to be hard as a rock if that happens.
I'll be in the crowd with Cena, like, yeah.
That's what's going to happen. I mean, because they have to create a big WrestleMania moment for the both of them.
Right.
Yeah. Cena hasn't been in a couple of years. Undertaker just lost 2. So they got to create a big moment. Like having them saying that it's going to happen before it happens, it's not going to really matter. Like the fans don't really care. They're just trying to see what's going to happen. They're going to see if he's going to do it. And they're going to wait to the very last moment because that's all John Cena's been talking about is he's not saying nothing. He's not replying. He's going on to Twitter. He's talking trash about him on Twitter. And nothing's happening. So it's going to happen the day of.
That's interesting. I would love that, honestly. I really would. All right, so that's what we think. Let's just go all out on our prediction. Who's going to win? John Cena versus The Undertaker. Will, why don't you start us off? Who do you got?
The winner of that match, and I know you kind of talked to me a little bit about this, Nick, but I will go with The Undertaker.
Really?
I think he's got this one.
Okay.
Absolutely. What about you, Victor?
I say The Undertaker.
Okay.
And I say The Undertaker because if you guys remember from Raw 25, when it was in New York, and The Undertaker said, it's time for them all to rest in peace. It's just one person left from that era, and that's John Cena. So he has to beat him and to leave with that that accolade in his belt.
I mean, if this is the last ride, pun intended, for The Undertaker, he's got to go over Strong. But at the same time, I got to believe that in The Undertaker's heart, he does want to go out on his back. So I got to go against the grain here. I'm going to say Cena goes over.
Yeah.
I think The Undertaker has a very deep core belief and is very old school about wrestling. And I think he wants to go out on his back. And obviously he doesn't need to go on his back for Cena, right? Cena doesn't need it. But I still think I don't know, I think he'd feel better doing that.
Neither guy needs the win.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
But I got to go Cena. I just feel it. Because Cena has had this for the past few weeks, he lost his championship match, 2 championship matches at both pay-per-views, Raw and SmackDown. He's been losing everything. He's crying on Raw Talk going, I can't do it. I don't have it anymore. I don't have the stuff. I'm not, prepared for this. And, if he loses again, then what is exciting about bringing John Cena back?
Yes, but you're forgetting something.
What?
he just kicked Kane's ass. The big brother's got to come back and take over for the little brother, right?
Well, even outside of that, this is John Cena's goodbye. Everybody's been talking about how he's passed the torch on to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is supposed to be the person they're supposed to go all in with, and they're supposed to end it with Undertaker and Roman Reigns as far as Undertaker's career.
Right.
If John Cena's calling the Undertaker out, John Cena's wanting to leave with the Undertaker, which is why the Undertaker has to take this. And you guys got to remember, John Cena has so many different things that's happening right now in entertainment part. He's getting ready to film Transformers. He's doing all these good movies. He's got to have that time off. They have to let him go and do what he wants to do. And this is the way they got to do it. I mean, there's nobody else on the roster right now that they can have take John Cena out. You have to take out somebody that's been within your era.
Right.
Shawn Michaels did it with Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Undertaker did it with Shawn Michaels. He did it with Triple H. It's going to be him and John Cena doing it together and leaving that era. And leaving it to the new school to do what they got to do.
The Rock took out
Hogan and Stone Cold, and then John Cena took out The Rock. So now this is it.
Okay.
This is how he goes out, and then you gotta finish the era, and that's he's the last of the era. John Cena is the very last of that era, and they're gonna go out.
That's true. Wow. I don't know. You kind of convinced me a little bit. You swayed my decision here because it's a lot of factors that go into this match. It's because John Cena can't be done forever, right? John Cena's got to come back at least once a year for WrestleMania. I mean, I don't think he's going to be gone forever. I think this is kind of like his goodbye to doing long runs. Like when Triple H faced The Undertaker in the cage match with Michaels as the referee, that was pretty much the last time any of them did an extended storyline. They were all just like WrestleMania people from then on in, or both of them at least. Michaels was retired at that point, I think. So I think this is probably more like that for Cena than like The Rock, where it's just I'm gonna be gone for a while. So I don't know. Here's a question: do you think that these past 2 years for The Undertaker should have been switched? Do you think John Cena should have been last year for Taker, and then this year Roman Reigns should have been Undertaker's final match, go out on his back for the new guy?
I think WWE's realizing that they should have done Taker and Cena a little earlier. And but they're seeing the writings on the wall. Like they should have did it earlier, but now they have this moment to where they can create that end of an era. You know what I'm saying? Like they were both Attitude Era, and they came into the PG era and all that good stuff. And they're the very last. I mean, there's no one else that's been there as long as they have besides Kane, and who's not doing much as well. Big Show's not doing anything. Mark Henry's going into the Hall of Fame. They're all gone. Everybody's gone. And so now you got all these new guys like AJ Styles and your Kevin Owens and Shinsuke Nakamura's and all the guys that down at NXT who are coming up and is taking the reins and they're running with it. And so now you have to let all these guys leave and be done with it.
It's true. You're right, Victor. You kind of convinced me on the Undertaker thing. I don't want to go back on it though. All right. I'm gonna stick with Cena just because I don't want to be a flip flop. I gotta hold my ground here. But no, that was a really good point you made. It actually reminds me of the spot at the Royal Rumble. I don't know if you saw when it was down to the final 6. You had the 3 old school guys, or it's the 3 new schools: Balor, Nakamura, Reigns, and Orton, Mysterio, Cena. That was just like, you remember me, I marked out at that moment.
Oh, that was great. And they kind of squared off.
Yeah, it's great.
And then you had at Raw 25, you had the Generation X and the NW and the Click, and then you had what was it?
The Bullet Club, right?
Yeah, the Bullet Club, but it was another team.
Revival.
Yes, the Revival. He's like passing the torch over to the new team, to the new guys.
Bill loves the Revival.
I'm not a fan of those guys, but I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's all right. I'm not going to bury anybody today.
I love them just as much as I love Baron Corbin.
Listen to me. WrestleMania season.
What's wrong with Baron Corbin?
It's WrestleMania season. Stop it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Next match.
Next match. I want to move on. All those great conversations.
Should I do the happy dance like Happy Gilmore? No.
All right. We're going to jump right into the women's matches because I don't know about you guys. This is probably the best year for the women in WrestleMania ever. Like these two singles matches for the belt, and they're both good matches. I'm pumped.
And the Battle Royal.
Yeah, and the Battle Royal too. But and then you got the Rousey. So what's that? 4 matches for the women at WrestleMania? Yeah. That's amazing. But just the fact that there's 2 singles matches is like the best thing for me. So because I love all these girls. So let's start out with Raw. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. this has been a long time coming. They've been building up this rivalry for, well, not really. I mean, they've been building the storyline for a while. You know, they took a little left turn there with Enzo, but they brought it back. So what do we think about Bliss Jax?
I think, and I've been telling you this,
Okay.
I think that Carmella ends up with the title in this match. I think Nia Jax wins during her celebration.
That's the bonus question, is the cash.
Okay, well,
so.
I think that's how it goes. I think that Nia Jax wins, and it's like a very grueling, strenuous match. She's beat up, but she's celebrating. Here comes Carmella, ruins the WrestleMania moment, and you have Carmella on Raw from now on. Almost trade Carmella for Asuka.
So you are literally calling a cash-in at Mania and a brand switch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Victor, what do you think about that?
I got Nia Jax. I don't see Carmella cashing in. I see Carmella cashing in on Monday.
That's exactly what I told you, isn't it? Last week?
No, because
Yep,
it's going to be a big thing, and it's already a big moment for the women's revolution anyway. It's about time for Nia Jax to win the championship, and then you can't wash down the cash in, and she can't lose it. She can't have an unsuccessful cash in. She has to win. So it's going to be tough, because if you got Nia Jax going over and winning the belt, you can't have her be unsuccessful against Nia Jax. Nia Jax worked her behind off to get to this moment. And then you can't have her cash in on Asuka, which we'll get to later. But you can't have her do that and take her in the feeder streak. So it's a tough time for Carmella right now. She should have cashed in a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're definitely right. It's very hard for Carmella. You don't want her to lose it, cash in and lose it, obviously. And you can't end Asuka's streak here, I don't think. I think, honestly, I mean, it's so hard, Asuka's streak. I don't want to get into it right now, but it's so hard to have a streak like that on the main roster. I mean, NXT, when you're doing 40 minutes a week of TV and she doesn't even have to be on the show every week, it's easy to have an undefeated streak, right? But when you got to be on TV every week, there's only so many women to fight before she can just continuously beat them over and over again. So, I'm definitely taking Nia Jax in this match over Strong with a pin. I don't think there's going to be a cash in at Mania. I don't even think there's going to be cash in the next night. I think the next Monday we get the cash in, because that's when I think they do the brand switch. I think the next night they announce the brand switch, and then the next week they enact it. But the way they've been doing the brand switch is they won't just say all these people and all these people. It'll be like surprises all through the night. So Raw will start, and then someone from SmackDown will just show up. So I think that's what's going to happen.
The only thing I can see as far as Carmella with the cash in is if Alexa does a count out victory out of nowhere.
Okay.
If she wins, beating Nia Jax with a count out victory, I see Carmella coming out, catching her behind while her back is turned.
Yep.
Cashing in, winning, and taking off, but then losing the next night.
Yeah.
To Nia Jax.
And also, don't forget the wild card. We got Mickie James now, who all of a sudden is Alexa Bliss's best friend for the past couple of weeks. So. And I always thought it was kind of weird, like, why are you throwing her back with Alexa, or did like a sudden heel turn on Mickie James? So maybe they have a plan there for her to interfere in the Mania match, and that's why they kind of rushed her back with Alexa. So that's something to think
Fun
of,
fact
too.
about Mickie James. She's a big Victor Andrews fan. She loves Victor Andrews. Big fan of him.
Big fan.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
who isn't?
All
right, so we're going Nia. Will is not going to get that one right.
I said Nia's going to win the title, so I technically will be right.
No, you called.
But then the cash in.
You told me you called Carmella. I put Carmella.
Okay.
Sir.
I mean, it's going to happen.
Sir. Next, Asuka, Charlotte.
Asuka.
Marquee match.
I don't even have to explain it.
Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate, though, because Charlotte is so amazing, but I think this is going to be a very good match, honestly. But yeah, I got to go Asuka as well. We're going Asuka all around.
I can see them really going hard and just fighting. It won't just be technical wrestling. They're going to fight.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
Which is good, because Charlotte has really not been the same since going on SmackDown. About a year ago for the brand switch, she moved to SmackDown after Mania, and that's when she did her face turn, and she's just a boring face, isn't she? Yeah. Unfortunately.
She's good. I mean, but you got to think, she don't have nobody to, offset her.
Exactly.
Nobody's really challenging her as far as, promos and things like that. When she was on Raw, she had Sasha Banks, and they went to each other. She don't have nobody to really challenge her on SmackDown as far as promos and then matches and things like that. I mean, Ruby Riott does what she can, but it's only but so much she
Not
can
enough
do.
to carry it.
Yeah.
She's not. I mean, Ruby Riott is, as much talent as she has, is I think too green on the main roster to really, go toe to toe with Charlotte and have like a real feud that Charlotte could sink her teeth into.
Well, see, and too, you got Absolution and you got the Riot Squad, who is practically the same thing.
Yeah.
So you got Ruby Riott trying to not look like them, but have some new material, and then you following the Absolution. So whatever they said on Raw, you got to try not to say on SmackDown or anything like it, and then you got to find a way. If she'd have came by herself, she'd have been good.
Yeah.
Riot Squad is definitely a poor man's version of Absolution.
Yeah, I mean, and the unfortunate thing is too, like you just said, that they got to make sure they don't do the same thing. But WWE's not doing them any favors by booking the same exact matches. Like, oh, they did a 6-woman tag, we'll do a 6-woman tag. Like, no,
like even with the debut, they had
Absolution
come out and they jumped somebody. Well, Riot Squad went out and they did the same thing.
Week.
Same thing. The next day. So I mean, don't do them any favors. But yeah, we're all gonna go Asuka. I think it's pretty simple. I think
can even tell you how she's gonna win.
Submission.
It will be a submission, but no, I feel like they're gonna have Charlotte very strong in that match the whole time, and I think that she'll end up putting Asuka in the figure 4 leg lock two times during the match, and the third time she goes for it, I think Asuka will reverse it into that armbar thing that she does, and that'll be the finish.
Fair enough.
It reminds me of the old Ric Flair, how Ric Flair used to do it.
Oh yeah,
he'd go for the figure 4 leg lock that third time, and Sting would get a small package and pin him or something like that. I think
once he would do the swing around, he'd pull him down. No, it'd be cool. I would love that. I think Asuka's gonna win the belt and take it into Mania next year. So probably, All right, so that's the women. What is next? All right, so we got 2 triple threats for the mid-card titles. Let's start with the IC.
Okay, you didn't want to finish up with the women? The women's battle royal?
No, I have it in order.
Oh, okay.
I go women, and then I get the mid-card titles, then the tag titles, then the big matches, cruiserweight, main cards, and then battle royals.
Right.
So, all right, so we'll do IC title, Rollins, Balor, Miz. I remember I told you a while ago that they had a match on Raw, and it was a triple threat for the number 1 contender for the IC title. Ambrose was the title holder at the time, and it blew the fucking doors off the place, man. I was like, wow. So I'm very excited. Now it's going to be at Mania, so they're going to be able to go 100%. I'm excited for this match, man. But I don't think the Miz is going to retain. I want Rollins, I really do, but I think it's going to be Finn Balor.
Okay,
I say Balor.
Yeah.
I mean, my reasoning is because the Universal title.
Yeah.
He was the first one to win it, and he couldn't hold it because of injury. Has not had a title run since. Has not had a title opportunity since. And this is the moment that he gets it.
Yeah.
And I am going with Seth Rollins.
Really?
I like Seth Rollins.
Yep. I know you do, man. I love him too. Don't get me wrong, but I just have a feeling Balor, like Victor said, man, that Universal title opportunity, he had it for one day. It was, just really upsetting when he left. I think it threw a lot of chaos into a lot of different storylines when he left. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kevin Owens as Universal Champion was amazing. Probably the best Raw has ever been. But I think he needs a title now. I think he's been doing a lot of work since he came back from injury, a lot of great work. Now he's back with Gallows and Anderson, kind of. They're not like an official team, but they are, together a lot. They're always coming out for the save. So I think he could do a lot of good work.
Yes, Rollins and Miz to really push him over the hill with that. I mean, he's a great talent. He gets busy in the ring every night, and he doesn't hold anything back. But being in a ring with Miz and Seth Rollins, both of them has held the Intercontinental titles and has had great runs with them. They don't really need it anymore. Miz is doing so much great things. I mean, he just had a daughter, which is congratulations, Miz.
They
just had the baby.
Was already born.
Came early.
Monroe Sky.
And yeah. And so, and then they got the new TV series that they got coming up, Miz and Mrs.
Yep.
And so, he's got a lot going on. So he's like, okay, well, it's time for me to go do other things. And I think that's why he has this new TV show coming up, because he knows he's getting ready to relinquish the title, and Finn Balor's going to go on a good run. Yeah. And then they're going to feud Finn Balor and Seth Rollins for a little bit.
Yeah. And Will, I don't want to take away Will's point because this was originally his, but I totally agree with it. I think the Miz is ready to step up to the next level and start getting into some main event fights. I think, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but whoever
Mhm.
wins the Roman Brock match, I think can feud. I mean, it's going to be Roman,
Mhm.
but if Roman wins
It
the belt,
is?
I think Roman and Miz could have a really good feud.
Yeah, I mean they've had a really
Yeah.
good stuff with the whole Intercontinental title. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So,
triangling that down to the Universal title, it's gonna make great stories.
oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to tell you why I picked Rollins.
Okay.
Because Ambrose should be back soon. And I have a feeling that when, I don't want to get too far ahead either, but when Roman wins this title, I do think the Shield is going to be back together to a certain extent. And I think that Balor actually might be his first feud. Have you noticed that they've made Roman kind of like a tweener lately? He hasn't been that much of a baby face. He's kind of been like walking the fine line like Stone Cold, where he could wrestle a face or a heel. And I think the Balor will actually be his first feud, and they'll do the Shield versus the club.
Okay.
I think it's too late for that.
Yeah.
I think it's too late for that.
I don't think it is.
Because and once Dean Ambrose comes back, I mean, they could have did the whole situation with Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins and could have built that up and had like another Shield breakdown or something like that. I mean, if you're going to put the belt on Roman Reigns and give the IC title to Seth Rollins, like you say, once Ambrose comes back, I mean, the only thing he can really do is really go for whatever is left, which is tag titles. But you got to put him up with somebody that's actually going to mesh with him, because he doesn't work well with others, as he says, or he's going to go and switch over brands and go for the United States title.
Right.
If the United States title stays in SmackDown, if he happens to switch over to Raw, wherever it goes, that's where he's going to go next.
I'm not see like your theory there. I think could work, but I think there's too many things that need to happen for it to work.
Yeah.
Like Victor said, it could have been great, like I said back then. And let's be honest, with the Jason Jordan thing, what they were building towards would have been awesome. I loved where they were going with Jason Jordan. Just want to say that. It's very unfortunate that he got injured. But I think, I just don't think that any of them, I don't think they're on a crash course towards each other right now. It doesn't seem logical.
Well, I'm going to tell you why I think that Balor would be a good first feud for Roman Reigns. Because the original plan was Brock versus Balor at Royal Rumble. And they remember that? And then they said Brock thought he was too small for him. Paul Heyman didn't like the idea because Finn Balor's a lot smaller. Well, Roman and Balor's a little bit more realistic than Balor versus Brock. And I think that they at least owe him those championship opportunities for the Universal title, because he's never even had a rematch for the belt. And that's why I think that once they get it off of Brock, they're going to do him justice and actually let him have like a program for it.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I think it's good, but I think your theory jumps the gun a little bit. I think Roman and Balor would make a good feud, and Balor winning the belt back is the perfect way for Roman to drop it, but I don't think he's dropping it in his first feud.
No, I don't think he will either.
So then because I think if you're going to put the belt on Balor, I think they're going to put him through the same ringer as they just did Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns had to go out and win the IC title and then go out and put on 5-star matches every week with Cesaro, with Finn Balor, with whoever. He basically did an open challenge like John Cena did. So he basically showed the world, look at this. I will throw on main event matches every week. So now that Vince McMahon's like, all right, we're going to give him a road to the Universal Championship. Do the same thing with Balor. Wins the IC title at Mania. See how he does with the belt. Belt doesn't make the man. The man makes the belt. You know what I mean? How does he handle himself as a champion? Is he going to go out there and continuously put on main event matches? Is he going to get himself over with these crowds? Is this IC belt going to elevate him to that next level? If it does, he drops it. He goes on to a rivalry with Roman Reigns, and that's how Roman loses the strap to Finn Balor. Finn Balor gets his Universal Championship redemption. And like you said, Roman Reigns is not the kind of guy that needs to win a championship belt and hold it for a year.
Right.
He needs to be like John Cena, where he's winning it back and forth. His run shouldn't be more than a few months at a time.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because he's the face of the company. He doesn't need to hold the belt. You don't want him to be Brock Lesnar and hold it hostage.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what event did Finn Balor win the title at?
SummerSlam against Seth Rollins.
So you think at SummerSlam he may win the title from Roman Reigns?
I see it.
I can see it.
Like he's like wanting to repeat history.
Yeah, I think because Reigns could win at Mania, and then he could do a program with Rollins or somebody for Backlash, and then within that month have Balor carry around the IC title, see how he does with it.
You got Payback and Backlash.
Payback and Backlash. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
And then
believe
there's
so.
one more, and
And
then
then-
SummerSlam, right?
No, April, May, June, July, August. Yes, those 3. So Payback, Backlash, Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Oh, Money in the Bank.
Money
Yeah.
in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
then, and what you was talking about as far as the club versus the Shield, one of them going to have to hold the tag titles in order for that to even be a
for that,
situation.
yeah,
That's right.
I mean,
Because
I
if you're
can
going to
see that.
just have Balor and Roman, or Seth and Balor, anybody else is not going to have a issue to get involved in it.
Yeah,
Right.
So-
exactly.
Couldn't you see though a Payback or Backlash in one of those 2 pay-per-views, them having like that 6-man tag match? Say it's like a dream match. Well,
Of course they could. Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, it's got to make sense. I mean, if Roman Reigns is Universal Champion, do I want to see my Universal Champion in a 6-man tag match? No,
Not
I
really.
don't. Right?
Yeah.
I want to see him. I want to see him defending the belt. He can't come out and talk trash about Brock Lesnar not showing up at every pay-per-view and
But-
defending his championship and then not defend it.
But with them doing the dual brand pay-per-views now, they don't have to have every title on the line at every pay-per-view.
No,
This
they
is true.
don't. They don't.
But
You're
I see them
Because they'll
doing
have the
that.
World Championship.
No.
I see them doing that 6-man tag on a Raw.
Yeah, I would say
Not so much as a pay-per-view. It's
Let me
not
just tell you this.
big enough to build up.
Well, you just explained as far as and you're right. The how they do this as like a pattern with the Intercontinental title. It's the opposite with the U.S. title, because you were talking about that pattern the other week.
Yeah, the
How they
pattern
go
with
from
that
the-
is you lose the WWE championship and then they give you the US as a consolation.
So they go the opposite way
So
over there
they
on
go outside,
SmackDown.
it's consolation prize, but not this Sunday. We'll get to that next.
Well, I got Rollins. You guys got Balor. What's
so
next
let's move on to the
itinerary?
next mid card. U.S. title with Randy Orton, the glorious Bobby Roode, the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, and my boy Rusev Day.
Mhm.
These might be like my 4 favorite guys on SmackDown. Huh? So I don't know. It's a tough one to call, man. I think Rusev. Why would you add him if you weren't gonna have him win? Right?
Yeah.
He's so over right now, and I think they can't ignore it anymore. So I think Rusev is walking out with the U.S. title.
Who you got, Vic?
I still got Randy Orton. This is a title that's eluded him for so long. They're not going to have a short run with him.
Mhm.
Adding Rusev builds up a feud between Randy Orton and Rusev.
Good solid point.
You don't have, and the reason why I say that, because they don't have any tours happening in the near future that makes sense to put it on Jinder Mahal, who represents India,
Mhm.
and Rusev, who represents
Bulgaria.
You don't have anything going on
Mhm.
to put the belts on them right now. So it's going to be Randy Orton for a little while. Randy Orton and Rusev do a little feud. Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal finish their little thing, and that's it from there.
Yeah, I could see. I agree with you on that. They don't have any tours coming up. However, they do have WrestleMania, which is the biggest international event. So I think the international crowd is going to go more for Rusev than they would Orton. So I think they would put it on Rusev. And if they were going to go your route, I think they would have him drop it back to Orton and then do a feud there. But I don't know. It's something about an international crowd. They're going to go. I think they're going to go nuts. So remember, a couple years back, they did it for Alberto. They always go crazy for the international guys. So I think that's why they're going to go that route. That's my justification of it.
Interesting. So both of you said something that isn't exactly technically right,
Okay.
and that is that they're doing the greatest Royal Rumble in India soon, and I think
It's not in India. is it?
right, yeah,
It's in,
it's in India.
Siberia?
Nah, it's in somewhere in the Middle East. It's
Okay.
either Pakistan or India, one or the
All
other.
right.
Anyway, I think they're gonna have Jinder as the champ when that happens. Either he's gonna, I'm picking Jinder as my pick. Let's just put it that way. But if for some reason he doesn't win, then I will say that that'll be Shinsuke Nakamura's title defense will be against Jinder for that greatest Royal Rumble. You seen that, the 50 man?
Mhm,
Is it
mhm.
50 man?
It's 50 man. They already announced 5 contestants for
It's
that,
gonna be
competitors
like-
for that.
And Triple H is going to fight like John Cena at it.
Mm.
Daniel Bryan is on it.
Yeah, it's good. Saudi
In the-
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. So I think
That's
that
not
Jinder-
India, though.
I mean, it's the Middle East, though. You got to
I
think.
think
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia is pretty different from India, though.
Yeah, it
You can't just bunch all the.
You got to think, though. I mean, it's the Middle East. You got to think, though. I mean, if you have.
But you got to
But
think
then
the Middle
you-
East is not like America. It's not like, oh well, he's brown. I'm rooting for him. You know what I mean? It's not like that. Like,
And then if you too, it's not
Yeah.
India and it's not Bulgaria,
yeah,
Right. No, I just,
but they're both in the Middle East, particularly.
yeah.
I'm still picking them.
So you're picking Jinder Mahal.
Yeah. Going along with what you had said with the trend of dropping the WWE title and then picking up the US title.
I would have said that because I thought originally my plan, like I write for
before Rusev got added.
My guess was they were going to have Mahal win that little tournament on SmackDown and win the US title at the Rumble, and then have Rude chase him to Mania and then give Rude a WrestleMania moment.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they didn't go that route. I thought that would have been great because I think Rude can get really over, but I don't know. I think Rude is headed towards a heel turn anyway.
Right. And a heavyweight title run.
And a heavyweight title. I think he'll feud with Shinsuke because that NXT feud they had was
I like the
monster.
Really good.
Really, they put on some matches that were just amazing. So I think they'll do that again. That would be perfect.
Right.
Okay, cool. So we went all 3 different ones on that. I like it.
Me too.
Cool.
So what's the next?
I'm gonna start a lot of Rusev Day chants at Mania.
Oh, you better. We were starting Rusev Day chants when he wasn't in the ring when we were at Starrcade.
Yeah, we were starting Rusev Day chants at Starrcade.
You know, it's funny when they came and did a house show. A couple of them, I want to say like, what was it, October?
Yeah.
He wrestled Ty Dillinger.
Okay.
Whole arena went crazy. He was heel, and they went crazy over Rusev. Like they had to switch, they had to change positions in the middle of the match.
Yeah.
Like Ty Dillinger just went heel.
Yeah.
In the middle of the match.
Awesome.
It was crazy.
That's awesome. They did that. They kind of did that at Starrcade, dude. They did a 6-man or something, or an 8-man, sorry. So it was like heels versus faces, and everybody was chanting Rusev Day. So Rusev was trying to go onto the face side. The ref's like, no, you're on that team. He was like, no, you hear them. They chant for me.
Actually 5-on-5.
So, no.
Remember that? It was 5-on-5.
Yeah, it was great. It was like Bludgeon Brothers and Rusev. It was a lot of people in that match.
That's good.
No, it was good. It was really funny. All right, with that said, let's move on to the tag titles. The Bar versus Braun Strowman. Before we do predictions, like I said, Raw tonight, Atlanta, Georgia, representing. Is Braun Strowman's partner going to get revealed tonight?
No.
Yes.
I hope not, is what I'm going to say. You say yes. Who do you think it's going to be?
Big Cass.
Yeah?
Yes.
Big Cass.
That'd be like a ridiculous tag team.
That would be cool. That would be unstoppable.
Yes. Yes.
Who do you think is going to be his tag partner?
He doesn't know now.
You know what? He just said Big Cass, and now I believe him because literally, like the 2 neurons in my brain just electrified and made a connection. Big Cass and Braun Strowman come out night after Mania. Most dominant tag team, can't beat them. And then who comes out? Authors of Pain.
Yes.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yes.
That would be good.
Oh. Okay, my idea is stupid now. I was hoping it'd be James Ellsworth.
Oh, that's what I think it's going to be.
I was really hoping that, like, at Mania, it's just like the music hits and he's doing the fist.
Yes.
You're like, yes. No,
you know
Big
what?
Cass.
And I like James Ellsworth, and it would be great if it was James Ellsworth.
Yeah.
But he just got released.
Yeah.
And
Right.
he's been working indie shows, and he's all over the place. Like, it would be very hard to actually bring him back, let them win the tag titles, and then sign him to a contract. And he's got all these, all these,
Obligations.
obligations going on right now.
And he's tag champions with none other than Gilbert
Gilbert.
right now.
Yes.
I still think it's going to be
It's
Ellsworth.
amazing. You still
really
think
do,
so?
yeah. And I think that basically he's not even going to have a choice. I think they're going to have like Braun's getting announced,
Okay.
and he just kind of is walking through the backstage area, and you see Ellsworth just standing there, and he just grabs him by the shirt and pretty much drags him out to the ring and makes him come be his partner. Whoever it is, I think it's going to be a forced thing, even if it isn't Ellsworth.
Yeah,
I
I gotta say I like it. I don't want to flip. I know I said I don't like to be a flip flopper, but that's a good
So
idea.
you're done with Elias now?
No, yeah, because I was said Elias because it made the most sense, but they haven't interacted in weeks.
Mhm.
Right. But
So-
Elias still hasn't. One thing that told me that maybe you were right, and I didn't want to steal your idea, but they keep announcing all these guys for the Battle Royal, but they have not said Elias
No, they
yet.
haven't said Elias
So
yet.
that's something to think about.
Because I think Elias comes out to do a guitar spot and Jeff Jarrett comes out, right? Like that's
That'd
the
be
most
smart.
obvious
Yeah.
thing, right? It
Yeah.
has to be.
I was telling Victor
And
earlier.
then Jarrett puts him over, lets him smash him with the guitar like Jarrett used to, and that's it. Give him a
Yeah.
little over spot for Elias. That's what I think is best.
I was telling him earlier, Jimmy Hart was on, I think he was on
Path to the South?
TMZ maybe or
Yeah.
something, saying that he wanted to manage Elias.
Yeah, I saw
He
that.
wants to be his manager.
Saw
Was
that.
it TMZ or was it
Yeah, he was like,
Instagram?
you gotta start dressing like a
Yeah.
champion. Yeah.
He said, Dick Clark told me, right?
Yeah.
If you dress like the crowd, you'll end up in the crowd.
But you know, is we're at the time where the life of a manager is like very slim now.
Yeah.
Because everybody is very good on the mic. Everybody's able to really articulate their words and really put together good promos. And they don't really need managers. I mean, the best ones you have right now is Paul Heyman and Paul Ellering.
Yeah.
You don't need anybody else.
That's true.
And then you have Paige, who's managing Absolution, but it's not by choice; it's by contract.
Exactly. No, that was unfortunate, man. Paige, I thought she was gonna. She might have been at WrestleMania fighting Alexa Bliss. Honestly,
She'd have been at WrestleMania fighting Asuka.
Yeah,
good possibility.
Man, sucks.
But I think all three
maybe
of us.
she'll get a Daniel Bryan. I don't know.
Maybe. I think all three of us agree that whoever Strowman's partner is, they're winning the tag titles.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the bar is
yes.
dropping them. That's for sure. As much as I love both those guys, Sheamus and Cesaro, don't get me wrong, man. And you know the crowd at Mania, the international crowd's going to go crazy for them because they love Cesaro and Sheamus probably.
Mhm.
So
When I was looking at the odds,
Mhm.
they had like them listed, and actually one of the front runners to be his tag partner
Mhm.
was Bray Wyatt. I don't see it, but I'm just telling you that was.
he's going to do a thing
that was
with that.
interesting.
He's going to be Broken Wyatt. They've been teasing it at every house show
Have
since
they?
the
Mhm.
deletion match.
Yeah.
So
I'm just telling you,
he's
just
been
from the
calling
odds.
him Broken Wyatt. They hugged at the house show.
But then they fought, right? They hugged
Yeah,
and then
but-
fought.
Yeah, he gave him the Sister Abigail.
Yeah, they're gonna they'll do a little stable. Brother Nero, Broken Wyatt, Broken Matt. You know, they'll start introducing they'll get more in depth with their characters. Senior Benjamin.
And then finally, we get a Sister Abigail.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. He wanted it. Who'd you say was gonna?
Sarah Logan. It
Yeah,
would've been
Sarah
great.
Logan.
She'd have been perfect. Look at her. She
Yeah.
looks like Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I love Sarah Logan. Love Sarah Logan. All right. Let's move on. So we're going. I went Strowman Cass. Victor went Strowman Cass. You're going Strowman elsewhere. No matter what, it's Strowman. All right.
Yep.
Next tag titles. Oh, New Day, Usos, and Bludgeon Brothers.
I got to go Bludgeon Brothers here. Just they've been building them up too much. They're undefeated since they become the Bludgeon Brothers.
They're undefeated, but they've fought
Jobbers.
2 actual matches.
Right. No, I mean, I agree.
So,
I agree.
what do you think, Victor?
This is a hard one.
It's a really
This
hard
is a
one.
very hard one.
Especially since Victor's a prospect towards the New Day. I mean, they've been trying to recruit him.
Yeah.
I gotta go with the Bludgeon Brothers. And the only reason not because of their dominance, but I believe because of the strong feud between the Usos and the New Day.
Yes.
Trying to one up each other and trying to show that who is the better team. That's what's going to be their downfall, and the Bludgeon Brothers is going to capitalize on it.
Yeah, I agree. Usos and New Day, do you think best rivalry of last year?
Best of all,
Yeah.
Tag
me too.
team?
especially tag team.
Oh my
Yes.
God. These guys. I every week, every Monday, I text them on the dot. Is there any tag team better than the New Day and the Usos?
I mean, because they recreate themselves and they're evolving all the time. And like they said, they are not going to be pre-show this year.
No.
They're going to be main show, and they're going to tear it up. It may be the first match. It didn't need to be the first match because they'll set the pace for the rest of the show.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think this could be the first match out there for sure. And because, man, these guys, they're on a whole new level. The Usos and the New Day, 2 top tag teams. And you're right. I think their rivalry one up in each other. Especially, did you see the last match when they were doing each other's moves all the time?
Yes.
I
That
think
was
that
great.
really set
That
the tone.
had me.
Yeah.
That had me. Like, I was watching, I was like, okay,
At the pay-per-view? Yeah, that was great.
that's fine with me. That's good.
Great.
And that pay-per-view ended, that match ended the way it needed to be.
Yep.
With them hitting
Brothers.
each other's finishers, and then they just couldn't get it. And then the Bludgeon Brothers got involved.
Mhm.
It ended the way it needed to be.
That was perfect. Yeah, I think they think this was. Yeah, I think this might have been the best build-up as far as all these WrestleMania matches go. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really find a flaw in how they did anything. I think the New Day and Usos rivalry, built itself, and then the Bludgeon Brothers were perfect. They were just subtly beating up jobbers, and then they inserted themselves, little by little every week.
They
They would
kept
come
teasing
out
it.
during Usos, while Usos, they would come out, while New Day was leaving, they would come out, and then. So I think this was probably the best built rivalry.
Mm-hmm. And their promos sell like a Brock Lesnar fight.
Yeah.
Second best build-up. I actually like the way that they're doing the Roman Reigns and Brock. I think that is great.
Oh, yeah.
At first, I didn't like it, and you were telling me, no, they got to do it this way, and it's definitely grown on.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, the only problem I have with it is, I guess probably Paul Heyman is kind of being a little too cookie cutter for me in it. I think,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it as much. Like, I haven't felt Paul Heyman since Goldberg.
Mhm.
Honestly, that's the last time I really felt like, yeah, Heyman's doing his thing, But like, I feel like he's cookie cutter in this, but we'll get to him next. So, all right, my official prediction for this match. Damn. You know what? No, Usos. Usos retain.
Uso crazy.
Usos, baby. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I love the Bludgeon Brothers. I'm sorry, I don't love the Bludgeon Brothers. I love Luke Harper. I was one person in that entire stadium chanting for Luke Harper. It was me and one other guy, and you would not support me. All right, but and of course I love New Day. I think New Day is at this point beyond titles. You know what I mean? I think they're really their whole thing is just to go out and have great matches and entertain the fans. I don't think I think they've already established themselves as like top tier. You don't need to put another title run on them for them to be. Right. They already have the record behind them. I think that they're good enough without titles. I think the Usos are at such another level right now, and I think the Bludgeon Brothers are so dominant. But I just don't think that they're going to carry the straps. And what are you going to do? Just have a feud between the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers? I don't know. I don't know how well those styles will mesh, but I got to go Usos. I think they've been talking a lot of we're never appreciated. And I think finally to get their chance at WrestleMania just to lose, I think they're going to retain. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because you told me the other week. Mm-hmm. I know you know, obviously this is wrestling, and week by week we change our opinions and views and everything. But you thought the Authors of Pain were going to come up and wrestle the Bludgeon Brothers a couple weeks ago. You had mentioned that.
I thought maybe,
and that's still a possibility.
Listen, it could be the opposite of what I just said with Braun and Cass. It could be Bludgeon Brothers win, and then Authors of Pain come up and fight them. That'd be a hell of a match too. Yeah. And everything in my mind is telling me Bludgeon Brothers are going to win. But my heart is telling me Usos. I want them.
Is it the picture?
I know what it is. I got Usos.
Is it the picture telling you?
Oh, yeah. Maybe because I just looked over.
Well, I think we can all agree that the Authors of Pain are going to come up.
Yeah, I think we can all. It's got to happen, right? I mean,
there's nothing else they need to do in NXT.
Yeah. Did they just win? No, they didn't win the Dusty Classic yet.
It hasn't finished yet.
No, it hasn't finished. They just advanced. But unfortunately, I don't know what they're going to do. You heard Bobby Fish is injured.
Yes.
So
he just went to knee surgery.
Yeah.
So the tag titles have to be dropped.
Yeah. Adam Cole can't fight with O'Reilly because Adam Cole's already in the ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see.
Hey, we know a guy. Matt Bloom. We know a guy.
Did you just look over there?
I did.
The camera's over there.
It's like, what is he talking to?
We know a guy. No, because I can see I can see
for 1 minute. Act like a professional and
look,
know
I
where
can see our video
is.
I can see our video right over there. That's why I looked that direction. We know a guy, Matt Bloom. Give him a call. Triple H, Steve Corino. Call this guy up.
Know a guy for what? To tag with O'Reilly?
Yeah.
I can do it.
You don't want to tag with O'Reilly?
I'd rather see you in a
MMA
ladder match for the North American title.
I can do that too. I would love to do that too.
He's done some good ladder matches in NSW.
I was gonna say we have it. We have the NSW ladder match.
That match actually never happened.
Oh,
but it did happen, but just not at that time.
Yeah,
we did it in Greensboro instead. It was
so you
awesome.
had me put up a poster of something that didn't even happen.
Hey, but it was an awesome poster.
Damn it! All right,
this guy.
What's next? I got the cruiserweight. Will, do you watch the cruiserweights at all?
Not very much, but like I told you last week, I think Mustafa Ali is going to win.
You did tell me that.
I truly believe that not only with like how we were talking about Asian people, Asian wrestlers starting to get like a push and starting to get noticed, I think the same thing for like Middle Eastern wrestlers, like I was saying about Jinder Mahal, and I think that Mustafa Ali takes that title. I know both of you are going to say Cedric Alexander, especially you're going to say that, but I'm going Mustafa Ali. I watched that tag match last week. That was pretty awesome. And both guys are great in the ring.
Definitely, Cedric, of course. Okay, cool. I mean, because I understand your point, but 205 Live's not doing tours over there.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not really going to really affect anything as far as what they're doing.
Yeah.
Cedric is a long time coming. He's supposed to got it from Enzo Amore a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was actually
building towards
I was actually there when he didn't show up because he was sick, and then he didn't show up because he was hurt. And when they told him, Enzo's not coming, he was like, I got it. In fact, this was New Year's Day that I was there, and Enzo didn't come because he was sick. And then Cedric was like, I got a feeling this is going to push all the way to WrestleMania.
Mm.
And I was like, well, if it does, this your WrestleMania moment. And he's going to get it. And he's going to have a good run.
I agree. I think Cedric Alexander is the most talented person on the cruiserweight roster right now. In the ring, I think there's no one. I mean, Mustafa Ali is amazing, but I don't really like how they're building the feud. It's kind of like they're saying it's the heart versus the soul of 205 Live, which sounds cool, but really they're two like the top faces, and I think it's kind of weird that there's no animosity between them. They were kind of like, but the best heel work right now being done on 205 is Drew Gulak.
Right. Mm-hmm. He would have built up the match better.
Yeah, he would have built up the match a little bit better. And I thought when he did that heel turn during the tournament was awesome, man. You could just see the intensity on his face. His face just like,
And I saw the Cedric Drew Gulak WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
But then you got to think about it. This is the cruiserweights opportunity to actually showcase themselves.
Exactly.
You got to go back to the bread and butter and which got you to where you're at, the cruiserweight classic.
Yeah.
And in that classic, you have all these great cruiserweights doing things that people have never seen before or haven't seen on WWE in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So the only ones that can really give you that quality type of match, nothing is Drew Gulak. I love the guy a lot. I mean, he's my people's. But to really go and fly and do all these different things, you got to have Cedric and Mustafa.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like I said, Cedric's got to get it.
Absolutely.
He kind of reminds me of Dean. What was his name? Dean Malenko from WCW. Exactly. When they used to put him in the cruiserweight matches against Eddie Guerrero and he keep the guys grounded. So I do like that kind of match. But
no, but he's hunting, right? You got to showcase all this your chance to pull viewership to the brand. And I think, God, I would love if Neville was there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But these two guys can go. And I said this on last week's show. I'm going to say it again. This match is the dark horse show stealer match that nobody expects, but it's going to steal the whole show.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, it's like nothing against the cruiserweights or nothing like that. I think the fans are iffy when they're watching the cruiserweight matches. And they're like, we're enjoying ourselves. Oh, maybe I'll just go get some popcorn. I think this is a match that everybody's going to like, well, okay, the cruiserweight's going to happen. I'm going to get something to eat. And then it's going to like, oh, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
And then they're going to turn around like, okay, do I leave? Do I stay?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want to miss nothing. And then they're going to sit there and realize, okay, had I left and not seen this match, I'd have been mad at myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely the dark horse stealer.
It's going to be, 100%. I love the cruiserweight matches. I think you're right. They do have trouble getting over with a lot of fans. I think this is going to help. I think Daniel Bryan said it best. A lot of these main roster guys are doing a lot of cruiserweight moves, and I think that's hurting them too. Like AJ Styles is doing 450 splashes every match. It's like, well, you're not, you know what I mean? What are we watching this if we get it on the main roster for?
Right.
So, but I think that these guys are effing amazing. So, all right.
Should be fun.
Move on to the next one. I have Daniel Bryan and Shane O'Mac versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I got a huge theory about this match, but I'm going to go last on it. Will?
I'll go with Owens and Zayn just because supposedly getting fired from the WWE if they lose. I know a lot of people are saying, well, they'll lose and then they'll go to Raw. I don't buy that. They may go to Raw, but I think they'll win the match.
Okay. Victor?
I think Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be Bryan and McMahon. It's not going to be Bryan and Shane.
Ooh. Okay.
Shane is he's just got out of the hospital, but I don't think he's going to be 100% clear to compete.
Who do you think?
I think, and this is crazy for me to even think this.
Go for it.
Bryan and Gargano.
Oh my God, my guy.
Is that what you were going to say at the end?
No, but you know how much of a Gargano fan I am.
It's going to be Bryan and Gargano, and Gargano. I don't know.
Talk about starting someone off on the main roster the right way.
Yeah,
that would get him.
I mean, because you got to look at the history of all four competitors, where they came from, and how much they've been through so much together, and it's going to be a situation where it's going to be a mishap somewhere.
Okay,
and you're going to have Kevin and Sami over. If they don't, like you said, they'll end up going to another brand.
Okay. So there's a couple different theories. This match probably has the most theories out there. That's the first time I heard Gargano. That'd be amazing. I've heard Chris Jericho. I don't believe that I've heard that, my personal favorite is, I think, and I didn't hear this anywhere, I actually came up with this, Daniel Bryan heel turn on Shane O'Mac, joins KO and Sammy, brings them back to the company. They form a heel stable.
Mhm.
DB, KO, Sami Zayn.
I like that.
I like it. The fans won't.
Yeah, the fans really won't.
It's so big for him to come back from where he was at as far as injury.
That's the ultimate swerve.
Yeah,
and that's like the Rock.
I think it'll kill. I think it'll kill.
The corporation.
Yeah, it'll kill it. It won't do well.
All right, fair enough.
You're picking
I would like to see it just because, like I said, to be the Rock joining the corporation moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't think I don't think they're that ballsy to do something like that. I would love Gargano. I think KO and Sammy are going to go over in this match, whether it's Shane or not, because they're going to get rehired back. Do they come out as El Generico and Kevin Steen?
But
speaking of El Generico, I'm sorry. Speaking of, but how about that promo from Miz? Calling out Tyler Black and Prince Devitt.
That was great.
I stopped what I was doing. I was like, wow. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was over at the house. I was like, what? First of all, he called out Prince Devitt.
Yeah.
So,
I was like, okay, I understand.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Yes.
You know, the Miz is probably one of the only guys who has mic freedom in that company.
Shattering the glass ceiling.
Yep.
Shattering the glass ceiling.
Yep.
Stepping outside of the box.
Like I told you, though,
Awesome
if for some
promo.
reason Shane McMahon can't tag with Daniel Bryan, we get the Team Hell No reunion.
Yeah, you did say that, and I thought that wasn't the worst. Yeah, that could
It's
have been.
not such a bad idea. But
Because
then,
that was, for me, that was my favorite Daniel Bryan, was Team Hell No. When he was doing the comedy stuff and doing the no thing, I liked it, honestly. I did.
But
More
then-
than I liked his championship.
yeah.
run.
But then, if you do that, then you're still going to have, whoever you have team with Daniel Bryan, you're going to have them go under.
Kane can take a pin like no one else.
You're
Like
gonna
it's his job.
you're gonna have because you're not gonna have Daniel Bryan take a pin.
No,
Right.
You're not.
no. So yeah, you're right. Whoever his partner is going to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
So
You know, it would be the ultimate swerve is if Daniel Bryan just got himself counted out on purpose and did turn on Shane. That'd be pretty awesome.
yeah, I would prefer a more intense heel turn. If he was going to turn heel, I'd rather him just
beat the
beat
crap out
Shane
of
to a
Shane.
bloody pulp.
Well, the
You
three
know?
of them would obviously after that, but
Or Shane McMahon turning on Daniel Bryan.
Oh, please let Shane O'Mac take over.
that would be great.
Vince's puts, take over that whole Vince McMahon.
That is
evil.
the McMahon's forte.
That'd be
So
great.
that would be it.
That would be good because the fans have not been very hot on Shane lately. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He hasn't been getting the same reception he used to. So that would be good. All right, so I'm going Owens and Zayn as well. I think we all did. We all agree that they're not getting fired. But there is saying, Danny Bryan should get his WrestleMania moment and win, but we're gonna go Owens and Zayn.
Mhm.
All right, Reigns and Lesnar. I don't got to spend too much time on this. I'm going Reigns.
Reigns.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough. Any thoughts or anything you want to say about this match?
It's not going to be a wrestling match.
No,
They're going to fight.
it'll be fight.
It's going to be a straight fight. I mean, you got everyone on the entire show having wrestling matches.
Mm.
They're going to fight.
Yeah.
You have to. If you're going to have Brock Lesnar go out and be done, he has to go out in a fight.
Right.
And I'm excited for it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like I told Will before, as far as Roman Reigns' matches, probably his Brock Lesnar one at Mania was one of my favorites, at least top 3.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be very entertaining. But,
Stipulation changes tonight.
no DQ.
No DQ. Street
Okay.
fight.
Okay.
That'd be smart.
Fair. Yeah, that'd be great. I think you're right on that because they've been doing the chairs
Mhm.
back and forth. So it
F5
makes sense.
on the stairs.
The handcuffs, which was a great spot with the handcuffs,
Yes.
huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Really good.
okay, very good. Styles Nakamura. We haven't been getting the best build up to this fight. It feels like WWE is kind of like, you guys know, the New Japan thing,
It
right?
was
You
smart
guys
what
know.
they did last week, though. I liked it.
No, that was probably the most work they've done to build the feud
Most
last
important
week.
thing.
And I think this week will really define it. But I mean, it's going to be a great match, right? There's no
Regardless.
doubt in
Yeah.
anybody's mind it's going to be 5 stars.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, this is a match you really didn't need to build up to.
yeah,
I mean, it's AJ and Shinsuke. everyone's seen their work in Japan and believe that they can really go out there and go balls to the wall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what would you need to do as far as building it up to just say, okay, it's going to happen?
Yeah,
That's
you're
it.
right. I mean, it's I guess what I meant to say was there's not really a true rivalry, is what I
Right.
meant, because there's no clear heel and clear face. There's no like reason for hatred between them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I loved last week with the fake out when he was going to go hit the Kinshasa on him. I thought that was
Mhm.
fantastic. He's
Mhm.
trying to get into his head. I wish that they could kind of talk about the New Japan stuff on TV a little bit, because I was telling him, I think it'd be cool if he was like, if AJ Styles was going on a tangent like, I'm the best in the world, this and that, except for what, there's only one person who ever beat me, and it was you, and I want my redemption at WrestleMania. And
Mhm.
it'd be cool if they could even show some clips of it in a video package.
Yeah.
you
I
know?
see AJ turning heel.
Yeah,
The whole fake outs and the mind games and stuff is going to play with him.
during the match.
Well, during the whole build up
yeah,
to Sunday,
to them. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
See him
So you think
get
this
angry.
week he might turn heel?
he's gonna get a little aggressive.
Yeah.
He's because all the mind games and things that Shinsuke has been playing with him is stressing AJ out in a sense, and it's making him mad. And
Yeah.
he's going to build it up, and they're going to play it out
Yeah.
today.
You're
tomorrow.
right. I can see that. At least for the match. he'll
Yeah.
turn heel. I mean, I don't know if it would be an extended turn, but I think it would be best.
He has to be the aggressor.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
You guys said that the
what are we
other
going with the winner, by the way? I forgot.
Nakamura.
Nakamura.
So we all think Nakamura.
Yeah.
It's funny that, like, for the world titles, we're like, yeah, we know who's winning now.
We're
For, like, the
convincing
mid-carders, we're like, we have
No.
a million theories for the
Well, see,
IC belt.
Well, the main reason for Nakamura winning is because they got the whole thing going on with Tokyo and New Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Chris Jericho over there scouting and doing what he's doing, and
Mhm.
things like that. Because a lot of people didn't realize or even paid attention to, in which I saw it once it happened when he went over there and started doing the whole thing with
Omega.
Omega,
Mhm.
and then he turned around. He was there on Monday Night Raw after Royal Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
and was like, "Okay, but was you just in Japan?" And then he turned around right back to Japan. So, and he's still signed with the company.
Yeah.
So a lot of people not realizing that this is a big thing. And like I always say, when you're doing those type of tours, you want to have your big draw. Nakamura
Exactly.
is the big draw for Japan. That's
Absolutely.
the market right now.
Oh, yeah. 100%. And I mean, well, I agree 100%. All right. So what do I have next? Oh, of course, marquee match of the night, right? This is most likely going to close out the show. Rousey and Angle, Triple H and Steph.
I think we all agree that Ronda Rousey's going to pin Stephanie.
Well, yeah, we agree that Rousey.
or actually make her tap, probably.
Yeah, Rousey's getting the win.
Rousey getting the win. Should get the win on Triple H.
On
That'd be
Triple H.
interesting. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be
Make
cool.
him tap. I think he'll do the job for her. Absolutely. Do you have any? What are your thoughts on this, Victor? What do you think about Ronda Rousey in UFC?
Oh, shoot.
Come to WWE.
In the UFC, she was great. With her being in WWE is like I was telling Steve Corino a couple of months ago. We're in the MMA era,
Okay.
and everybody's that's doing MMA is changing over and doing different things.
Mhm.
And then he replied that this is the reality era. And the reality is, in professional wrestling, we're all fighters. We're not just wrestlers. We're not just athletes. We're all fighters.
Yeah.
And, Ronda Rousey is going to go in there. She's going to fight. She's going to fight Stephanie. Not so much. Stephanie's not a fighter.
Right.
She may get in there and try to do some wrestling moves with Ronda, but Ronda's going to overpower her. And she's going to, some way, they're going to figure out a way for her to make the mistake and get caught by Triple H or something. Like they're going to have a way for them to be able to put the hands on the women or vice versa. And I could see Ronda pinning or submitting Triple H or even doing a double submission with Kurt Angle getting the ankle
Yeah, I
lock
was
on
gonna
him as
say
well.
a double one with him.
That'd be great.
Both
I'd
of
like
them.
to see
And
that.
then going from there, I don't really see them doing so much or too much with Stephanie because she's not a fighter. And she took that table spot last year, which was good.
Yeah, it was,
But
that's good.
Everybody that takes a tables spot comes back the next night. She
Yeah.
was going for months.
Yeah.
So I don't see her doing much.
No, you're right. I think that Stephanie is probably the best thing for Rousey to help her get comfortable with the crowd and on the mic, because Stephanie deals with so much hate from the crowd and so much like, you know,
To
we
begin
gotta
with.
we gotta hit her with the what chance, we gotta hit her with the CM Punk chances, and I think she is probably one of the best deflectors on the mic. You know what I mean? And I think that is good for helping Rousey get comfortable. Because in all honesty, when signing the deal, how long do you think it took? How much communication do you think Rousey had with WWE for months and months and months before?
Tons.
You know what I mean? So I'm sure she was mainly talking to Stephanie.
Yep.
So I mean, you know, if she's got that level of comfortability with her in the ring, with the mic, with the crowd, I think that's best. And then of course in the ring, Triple H and Kurt Angle can help. They're going to make that match look real good. So I don't think that there's going to be any issues with this match. Listen, Ronda's going to have some flubs in the ring, right? There's going to be some missteps. There's going to be miscommunications. Is it going to ruin the show? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Everyone has them. Charlotte Flair still has them to this day, you know, but we can all sit here and agree Charlotte Flair is a top 2 women wrestler in the company right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? But of course, the fact of the matter is we're just going to be more critical of her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of her star power.
And I think everybody
she's
is
gonna do
critical of her because of her star power,
Yeah.
and she's done UFC and changed over. And they're looking at her like you don't belong here,
No.
or you just here because you have a big name behind you. But she's going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, she wants to be there. You know what I mean? No one's forcing her. You know what I mean? It's not like we're going to pay her $80 million. So we need her there. You know, and she wants to be there. She loves WWE, man. So, all right, we'll go on Rousey. That's it for the card. Do you guys want to go on a quick prediction for the Battle Royale?
You know I do.
Go. Who's winning the match?
Big Cass. That was my I wrote it down. I did. I wrote it down earlier. It's right here. Big Cass. I don't think he's in the tag match. I think that he wins the Battle Royal. I think he'll be the last one announced and the one to win the whole thing.
Well, nobody's announced. Everybody starts in the ring.
No, I mean they introduce everybody though. I think he'll be the last entrant.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Gotcha. All right, Vic, do you have a prediction? It's okay if you don't.
I really don't. I really don't.
It's okay if you don't. I'm gonna go with Mark Henry. Why not? Right? He's in the Hall of
He's gonna
Fame.
be in it though.
Yeah, because he's in the Hall of Fame, and I think WWE wants to get off the pressure of the Andre the Giant trophy because they realize the past 2 or 3 winners have done nothing with it. It's like shit. People are starting to realize this trophy doesn't mean anything. Just give it to Mark Henry because they can't get mad at us for not pushing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he's a big name.
Well, yeah. I mean, because Mojo Rawley hasn't done anything in a very long time.
Didn't really get a push. His
Baron
heel turn
Corbin
was
had a
not
little
great.
push, but he's doing something now.
And he got buried with the Money in the Bank. I mean,
yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Cesaro went on to win some stuff, but I think he got himself over more than that trophy got him over. You know, I don't think he needed it. And then Big Show. Yeah, Big Show was first. Cesaro. And then Corbin, then Mojo, right?
Mojo.
So that's just my opinion. I think they want to get away from giving it to young guys who.
You know what?
push.
I'm going to throw a prediction out there.
All right, what you got?
R-Truth.
That'd be amazing.
Mhm.
Be amazing.
R-Truth.
That'd be fun.
That'd
Since
be
we're just going to
amazing.
throw R-Truth. We haven't
Boy.
seen my man in a very long time.
What are you
R-Truth.
talking about? I saw him at every house show I've been to.
All right, Nick. Well, the women's. What do you got for the women's?
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah, she needs something. She's been getting a little bit of the buried treatment lately. She hasn't done anything in a while. She deserves it.
We missed a match. They got to on the pre-show have Bailey versus.
No, during the Battle Royale.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, they already
Oh.
announced it.
You don't think they'll pull them?
No, they already announced it. No, that's gonna go to SummerSlam. They don't have time to build the WrestleMania feud out of 2 of them, right?
Sasha and Bailey.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be, don't get me wrong, amazing. I think they're going to have a 5-star match, but I don't think they have room on the card, and I don't think they have enough time to really tell that story. You know, because they've put a lot of time and effort in that story. What's it spanned 2 pay-per-views already?
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's go 3 more pay-per-views and do a SummerSlam blowout match.
Yeah.
You know, let's get if you want, you don't need the title in there, but if you want to throw it in there, fine.
Yeah.
You know, fine.
So
Throw
who
the
do you
title
think
in
for
there.
the women?
For the women, I'll say Becky Lynch as well.
I'm going Sonya Deville.
Okay. You like Sonya.
I do like Sonya. I was telling him that.
I like
earlier.
the idea of going with one of those newer girls too, to be honest. But I like, but I think it's the first one you want to go with a more vet name, because the first Andre one, they went Big Show, and then they started going with the younger guys
I
to
thought
try to
Cesaro was the first winner, right?
Yes. Cesaro.
Cesaro was the first. Sorry, Big Show was the second. So my theory's out the window.
Because Cesaro was young at the time,
Yes,
right?
yes.
New to the company.
Yes, you're right.
Mhm.
Okay, my bad. All right, real quick, I got some bonus questions to work.
This weekend. I don't know if you watch much UFC.
I don't, but I'm right along with you.
We'll move on to some bonus WrestleMania questions. So we're at some points.
Is this the bonus round?
Yes, lightning round. Go. Does Carmella cash in?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No, I'm gonna go no as well. So no for me and Vic. All right, next one. You guys are gonna like this. I got an over/under on finishers and signature moves in the Brock Rowan matches. This includes suplexes, F5s, spears, and Superman punches. Okay, I want your over and under 10. Go.
I'll go even money. I'll say it's right at 10.
Okay, Vic. Over under.
I'm
No.
lost.
Oh, sorry.
Because they saying the
Over
odds.
under in gambling is I'm gonna give you a number this of how many suplexes, spears, Superman punches, and F5s are gonna be in the match.
Okay.
So I'm saying, is it gonna be
Combined.
over 10 or under 10?
Oh.
Combined.
Over.
Okay. I'm
Yes.
gonna take the over as well.
Like over under, look, you talking wrestling. I think
I know.
you're talking about finishing
I'll combine.
pins and things.
I
Okay.
combine like weird stuff. But yeah, over. I'm gonna go with the over. Does The Rock make an appearance?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, yes is all around. Okay. We already know Vic's answer. Is The Undertaker in the American Badass gimmick?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes is all around on that one. Will there be a return a la the Hardy Boys last year?
Yes. Big Cass.
No.
And he already thinks
Yeah,
so too.
Big Cass.
Because
Well, no, he says it's going to be
Right.
tonight on Raw, right?
Right.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
at Mania surprise.
At Mania?
Surprise return, like the Hardy Boys. Like no one knew. Maybe there's rumors, but you don't hear anything about it on
Yeah.
WWE
Cass
TV.
and Ellsworth.
No.
No?
You just had big returns at Royal Rumble.
Okay. I believe. I think it's the same thing. It's going to be no. Okay. And then the last bonus question was, who is Braun's partner?
Ellsworth.
Okay. Well, I already know that because that's in our prediction. So we all took Strowman and
I can't wait for WrestleMania. They blocked it for 7 hours. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, but only the first 2 hours of pre-show, so it's only really a 5-hour card. People are freaking out like 7 hours. Like, don't watch
Right.
the pre-show then.
The pre-show, but I
Relax.
me'll have probably 2 or 3 matches on the pre-show.
We
or
got
not?
probably
Who's
the
on the
Battle
pre-show?
Royals.
Let's do that. Who's on the pre-show?
Oh, they got to delegate one of these matches, I would imagine, because you got 2 Battle Royals. It's going to be one of these matches going to go to pre-show. I
U.S.
think.
title match.
Yes. United States title match. I say
God,
if I could have picked 3, United States, Cruiserweights, and Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant is definitely going to be on the pre-show, both Battle Royals, because it usually is nowadays.
The women's battle royal is not going to be on pre-show.
You don't think so? Really?
It's a big moment.
Yeah, it is. Have you seen the trophy?
I haven't. What does it look like?
It looks like It looks like ovaries. You gotta look it out. You gotta check it out, man. Oh, it's bad.
Because it was
bad.
Mae Young, and I felt like they was going to do a Mae Young trophy, but now
Oh, no, it was
They
Moolah.
should have kept it. No, they should have kept
Yeah,
it.
Moolah.
Yeah, should have
Great
just
Moolah.
kept it at this point. Look at this. Oh, I'll show you in a
Is it supposed
second.
to look like ovaries?
I hope not.
That's
But
kinda
yeah, the
scary.
internet, Twitter's freaking out over it.
Twitter's freaking out about everything.
Of course they
WWE
are.
does.
Well,
Look at it.
Oh, okay. I get what you're
There we
saying.
You know what I mean?
I get
But
what you're
that's why
saying.
Twitter's freaking out. It's
Right.
not a big deal, but
It's not.
it's funny though. You gotta
Like,
it
Look,
makes you
calm
smile.
down, Twitter.
Yeah.
Relax.
no,
It's a
it's fine.
trophy and a different type of design. Relax.
I like it. It's nice.
Wow.
It's funny.
All right.
All right.
Big event. So Nick, I'm not gonna say
I hope it's
anything.
not the cruiserweight, so I'm just gonna say that. If anything, I would rather the U.S. title be on the pre-show,
I'm not-
or both battle royales. But
Right.
cruiserweights, I do not want them on the pre-show again, because you're telling me that you're gonna put friggin' Mustafa Ali. You put Neville and Austin Aries on the pre-show. I mean, you fucked up already
Yeah.
once. Don't do it again.
Don't keep burying it. What you got there? Some UFC 223.
Yeah.
Before we get to that,
No, keep going. I'm just moving on.
okay. Before we get to the UFC 223,
Okay.
I don't watch NXT. I just don't have the time in the day.
It's fine.
Who's going to win the title match at NXT?
Oh, I haven't. I
The American title?
Which titles
The-
we got?
the North
We got
American?
The North American. We got the
Let's go with
heavyweight
all of
and
them.
the
You don't
tag.
watch it, but you watch
Just
it.
give me the three
I do.
tag.
So
the
let's
three
me and
main
you go.
matches.
We can
All
go
right.
back and forth on all the titles.
So North American, Velveteen Dream.
That'd be great.
Velveteen Dream wins.
Okay. I'm gonna go. What is it? Dane, Sullivan,
It's
Cole,
Killing Dane,
Dream,
EC3.
and EC3.
And
And there's one more.
Ricochet.
Oh, right. Ricochet got announced for it?
Yes.
Really?
He was the last one to be announced because the girl went to ask Regal, who was a sixth competitor.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hold on a second, I'm getting for you." Ricochet walks out, gives him a smile, and walks away.
Oh, wow. That'd be
Put
amazing.
me down for some of that EC3 action.
Yeah.
I like
okay.
EC3.
Okay. I almost said EC3 too, but.
So who-
Cole. I'm going to go Cole.
Cole?
Yeah. I like Cole, man.
Velveteen is too over right now.
Velveteen is amazing, man.
He's too over right now.
That match with Aleister Black.
I'm just going to guess on these, kind of like
That's fine. You can guess if you want. So, what else is being defended?
Tag
The
titles.
women's
The tag titles.
and the
Well,
tag titles.
I don't think the tag titles is going to be defended.
Yeah, it might not be.
It's not going to be defended.
Yeah.
They'll be crowned new tag champions.
Yeah.
They'll extend the Dusty Rhodes Classic to WrestleMania Takeover.
Okay. Yeah, I would. So we won't predict the tag, but we got.
Sanity.
Yeah. Sanity.
New NXT tag champions. They have to. They was getting ready to finish that feud with Undisputed
sure.
Era.
Whom? No, I'm gonna go with Street Profits. They're
Think
amazing.
so?
Love Street Profits. Give me them all
They're
day.
cool.
Give me them all day, every day. I'll be honest. When they put out the Dusty Rhodes Classic bracket, I tweeted out our prediction bracket, and I had TM61 going all the way.
Mhm.
So obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about because they were knocked out in the first match of the first round. So
Which was crazy.
yeah, well, you gotta see where I'm coming from. They built up their story for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, giving us all these video packages, I'm thinking, well, there's no way they're knocking them out, right?
And then the fact that they couldn't even finish the competition last year because of an injury.
Yeah, I figured they had the story. I don't know. That was just me. All right, so you go Sandy, I go Street Profits. Who do you got on tag teams? Do you know any tag teams?
no, I'm good on this one. I'm going to give a skip.
Okay, no problem.
Then we have Ember Moon and
Shayna Baszler.
Shayna
I
Baszler.
already know who you're taking.
I'm taking Shayna.
I don't
Yeah?
like, I don't like
Yeah.
Shayna.
Really? Do you
Remember I
like
told you that
Shayna?
I'm not a fan of
Do
hers.
you
No.
like Shayna?
No. I mean, she's good, but I just have never been a fan of hers
So
in
you
wrestling.
so Ember Moon to retain?
Sure.
I'm going Shayna as well.
Yeah, Shayna.
Okay.
The
NXT title.
NXT title. Aleister.
Aleister Black.
He is my definition of The Undertaker now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think you're probably right because the Almas guy is going to go up to the main roster soon. You were telling me that. And after seeing his matches, I think you're right.
I think so too. I was just saying, like, I really like seeing Almas. Is he gonna go to the roster very soon? I guess he is. So he must have to lose then.
Yeah.
Because I really thought Cien was gonna retain, but now you're right. If he's gonna go to the main roster soon,
He's going up, and Ember Moon's going up.
yeah. Well, they were in the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
So the fans have a little bit of recognition.
Mhm.
You're right. Yeah, gotta go black on this one then.
Because they did the same thing with Todd Dillinger.
Yep. Okay. This isn't a title match, but we got to predict it. Gargano and Ciampa, which is should close out the show in my opinion, to be honest, because this is the match and Gargano is the guy. So who do you got for Gargano Ciampa, Vic?
Ciampa, Gargano going up.
Okay.
Told you he's Daniel Bryan's tag partner.
Yeah, fair enough. What you got, Will? You don't know much.
I kind of like though what he's saying about Gargano going up. So I'll say Gargano's going to win that and then go up. He's still not going to be part of the roster because remember, right? He's
Well, yeah,
fired,
technically
right?
you
It's
can go up
unsanctioned.
and then not be officially part of the roster if it's on
Right.
pay-per-view. Bailey did it.
Right.
She went up and tagged with Sasha at a pay-per-view and then went back down for a little bit.
no. I meant like he's not officially part of NXT anymore, right?
No. But if he
So-
wins, he gets his job back at NXT.
Okay, so then he'll lose. Excuse me.
Okay.
He'll lose. Ciampa will win, and then yeah, there you go.
Clean? Clean
No.
win? No. Okay. A heel win. Got it. All right. Cool. We did it.
Who you
NXT.
got?
Ciampa. Yeah, as much as I love Gargano, I think he'll go up too. And man,
He's where he needs to be with NXT now. If you brought him back and try to do anything else with him, unless you're going to put him in the picture for the title, you're going to kill him.
I agree. I think his story in NXT at this point is over unless he goes for the title. That would be the perfect way to end his story. If he comes back and goes to fight CN, because CN really dominated that second match. I think if you tell the story in this match against Ciampa that they're going back and forth, and it's the same thing as the CN match, right? Every time Gargano gets a step forward, 2 steps back, right? Mm-hmm. And you're telling the story, and all of a sudden he turns the switch in the middle of the match and starts getting more aggressive, not to like a heel, but to a point where it's just like he turns the aggression on and kicks the shit out of Ciampa and gets him down, wins it. Then CN retains at the pay-per-view, and then the next one, Gargano gets the title because now he has that little extra about him that he has the key to beat Cien Almas because he has found that aggression in him. You know what I mean? Because he's always that guy that fights from behind.
Right.
You know what I mean? He doesn't have that extra oomph in him. That's the only way I could see him staying. If you finish out that story and let him go out on top and then bring him up. But,
The only way I could see that happening with him getting the title is if you put it on Ciampa next.
Yeah.
Ciampa has to get it from him.
Yeah. Yeah, so he wins and then Ciampa wins it from him.
Because if Alistair wins, it's going to be Alistair and Killian Dane.
Yeah, which is Killian Dane. Oh, my God. I keep telling him about him, so like, you got to watch this.
You showed me a little bit of it.
Yeah, that guy is unworldly. All right, let's go. That was amazing. Let's go do UFC real quick. Can you tell me a little bit, Will, about the Tony Ferguson Khabib fight, how it fell apart, and what this kind of means now that Max Holloway is in the fight?
Well, this is like the 3rd or 4th time this fight has fell apart. They have been trying to put this together for years. Tony is the interim champion right now. Conor is the world champion. And apparently both of them are going to be stripped of their titles. And the winner of Max Holloway versus Khabib Nurmagomedov is going to be the undisputed champion. Now,
okay, so this is a title.
Yeah, this is going to be for the undisputed title. You can forget about those 2 other titles. At this point, they're the fake titles.
Gotcha.
Apparently, Tony blew out an ACL in training this week. So Max Holloway has won, I believe, 11 fights in a row. The last time he lost a fight was to Conor McGregor at 145 pounds. After that fight, Conor ended up winning the interim and then the world title, and then he moved up to 155 and won the world title. So Max Holloway has wanted that rematch so bad ever since he lost, and it was a decision. It wasn't anything too crazy. Conor actually blew out his knee during the fight, but he won by unanimous decision, beat Max Holloway. Holloway wants that fight back so bad that he is basically saying, well, I'll give up my 145-pound title if he wins, and he'll be the 155-pound champion just to be able to run that back with Conor McGregor. Max Holloway is an amazing athlete. I would say he's one of the top 3 athletes in the entire company, and he's a great fighter. So
you're saying if Holloway wins this fight, Conor's next?
Definitely.
Not Brian Ortega?
No, because Brian Ortega would still be at 145, and Max Holloway would have the next title.
Right. Okay.
In which case, they would do Jeremy Stevens versus Brian Ortega, and Brian Ortega would murder him.
Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
So
cool. Thanks for that clarification.
Yeah, absolutely. But as far as predictions go, I say we start lower on the card and then work our way up.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to go about the major change in the title.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, start wherever you want, man. I'm with you.
Women's flyweights, we got Beck Rollins versus Ashley Evans Smith. I'm going Ashley Evans Smith. She was a 135-pounder. Now she went down to 125. Awesome fighter. Beck Rollins is tough, but she just has shown me over her last couple fights that her chin can be suspect. So who you got in that fight, Nick?
Beck Rollins.
Yeah. If you want to jump in on any of these, Vic, let me know.
I'm just listening to you guys.
Okay, cool. Whatever you want to do.
Not a UFC guy, right?
Not much. I used to watch it when I was boxing and doing MMA, but I keep my eyes on the product, so WWE is all me.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
But just listening to you, I mean, if she got a suspect chin, that's it. That's what makes and breaks a fight anyway.
Yeah,
exactly. That one hit and then you're done.
Mm-hmm. So in the featherweight early prelim fight, we have Alex Caceres, Bruce Leroy versus the GOAT, Artem Lobov. They call Artem the GOAT because he's like 13-13. He only wins like half of his fights.
Mhm.
But he is a really, really tough dude, and he's Conor McGregor's sparring partner. I'm actually going to take Artem in that fight, but I think it'll be, as far as you said, the cruiserweights on WrestleMania would be the sleeper fight of the night. This is a sleeper fight of the night on this event.
Okay.
And it'll be exciting, and I think Artem will take that fight. What do you think, Nick?
Alex,
Alex Caceres?
Yep.
Bruce Leroy? He's pretty awesome, man.
do it.
Looks just like my cousin. All right. Then we got the flyweights. This is an important fight right here because if Ray Borg wins, he'll be getting back towards a fight with Demetrius Johnson. If Brandon Moreno wins, it would propel him into the top 5 and look towards a potential fight with Demetrius Johnson. I'm going Brandon Moreno for the simple fact that he looks just like McLovin from Superbad. But what do you think?
Ray Borg.
Ray Borg's tough. Definitely a big
Tough
favorite.
guy, bro. And
Yeah.
he's got more on the line.
Yeah.
More to gain.
Definitely. Absolutely. So, I mean, I would not be surprised. That's going to be a really good fight, too. Those two fights, I would say, are probably going to be 2 out of the 3 best fights of the night.
Okay.
So then the women's strawweight division, we have Karolina Kowalewicz.
Yeah.
KK, that's what we call her. Or Karolina.
Fair.
She's Polish and has a very hard last name to pronounce. But
What's Felice's nationality?
Felice Herrig,
Yeah.
she's just American.
It's American, right?
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
call
go
her the
with Polish.
Bulldog.
I'm going to Car- This might be the only one we agree on. I'm going with
Yeah.
Carolina.
Carolina's awesome. She's very tough.
Polish chick's tough,
Yeah,
man.
she is. She's a destroyer. I'm going Carolina, and I think that she'll finish Felice.
Yeah.
Felice is really good. If Felice wins this fight, she's probably next in line for a title fight. But I just don't think that she's the one.
Fair.
So
Tell me about the lightweight, because you have Felder winning the lightweight, and tell me why. What is he? He's ranked number 18.
Paul Felder,
Lightweight.
is he
right?
18?
And I think Al Quinta's number 10.
Right.
Something like that. So tell me, justify yourself.
Paul Felder, the Dragon, the Irish Dragon.
All right.
He's on the rise, man. He's really good, and Ally Quinta has been very, very inactive lately. He went and got his license in real estate and has just not been committing himself to the sport as of late. And Paul Felder has really, really been stepping his game up. He is all about the UFC. He does a lot of the commentary. He's an amazing analyst, and I think that his fight IQ is higher than Ally Quinta's.
Okay.
I think he'll win a decision.
I'll tell you what. I'm rooting for Paul Felder, but I'm betting on Al Quinta.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
All right, lightweight.
Lightweight title fight. I mean, not title fight.
It's not a
Excuse me.
title fight. Piece of
Lightweight.
garbage.
Lightweight
Alright.
contenders fight. Michael Chiesa versus Anthony Showtime Pettis. I'm taking Michael Chiesa. Last time out, he got screwed over by the referee. It was a finish straight out of the WWE. It made absolutely no sense. He got put in a rear naked choke by Kevin Lee, and the ref just stopped the match.
Oh,
No
screw job,
cabinet. It was like the Montreal screw job, exactly.
Son of a bitch.
I think Michael Chiesa's training hard. His coach, Rick Little, is a friend of the pod. He's an awesome guy, and I know Michael Chiesa is really going for it. I feel like Anthony Pettis has been on the decline as of late, and I think that Chiesa gets it done. I'm going to call a
Pettis,
second
you
round.
said that when we have him on the show.
You tell him.
I'm going to tell him.
He follows us.
Oh, no. I'm going to hit him up.
I say Chiesa
Doesn't
wins
follow
by
us.
submission.
Okay. I'm going Pettis.
Yeah.
And
How
when
you
he
think
comes
he'll
on the
win?
show.
Tell me how you think he'll win, though. I just want to hear this.
Pettis?
Yeah.
Decision.
Decision? Okay. I like it.
Mhm.
Okay. So the co-main event of the night, the women's strawweight championship, we have a rematch between the champion Rose Namajunas and Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
No, but
And
you're just going to finish
I said Jędrzejczyk perfectly this time.
Yeah.
Boom. Stepping
proud
it
of
up. I think that Joanna comes back and takes the title.
Oh, my God.
Their first fight, I feel like it was a fluke.
Are we opposite on both titles? Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Of course we are. We're opposite on everything. That's
Almost
all right.
every match. Good.
If I tell you this folder's blue, you're going to say, no, it's not. It's aqua. That's how we get down.
It is Aqua. That's why it's
That's-
called the fight
that's
god. That's why it's called the fight god, because we fighting.
Yeah, because we're
Wow.
fighting.
It's actually Sky. It's Sky.
Son of a...
But yeah, I think Joanna wins this fight. I think that after the second or third round, Rose breaks. Basically, the first fight, I believe, was a fluke. It reminded me a lot of when George St. Pierre fought against Matt Serra the first time. Matt Serra caught him with a big shot, just like Rose did,
Okay.
and George St. Pierre ended up getting TKO'd. Same thing happened in the Joanna fight. When they had the rematch, that one right there that took place in Montreal, Yep, Montreal, right there.
I'm looking at you.
George St. Pierre broke Matt Serra in the second round and just beat the crap out of him the whole time, and it just showed that it was a fluke. I see the same thing happening tomorrow, on Saturday. I know that you're disagreeing with that, but I think it's going to be exciting. I wish you were going to be here so that I could, do my little dance like Beth Kohega when Joanna wins like this.
I'll be doing my dance in New Orleans, sir.
Yeah, you can dance. You
New
can dance
Orleans.
if you want to.
I'll be in. This is on Saturday, right? So I'll be at Takeover. Yeah.
Yep. It's all right. I'll be texting you and
Text me all you want.
maybe I'll be Instagramming you. Who knows?
I might. I don't know. It depends. If Ciampa tries to play dirty, I might jump in the ring.
That's awesome. So then for the vacant,
might try to even the playing field.
But yeah, then we go to the main event for the vacant, undisputed lightweight championship of the
Holloway.
world.
I had Khabib against Tony,
Mhm.
but Holloway I'm taking.
I had
think
Khabib
Max
beating Tony as well, but I think Max will be a better fight against Khabib, but I still think Khabib wins in 3.
Khabib's a monster. Don't get me wrong, he is. I think he was. I'm going Holloway, man.
Nothing would make me happier than to see Holloway win that fight. I just don't think he has the strength to do it.
Okay.
Khabib, if you look it up on YouTube,
Mhm.
look up Khabib wrestles a bear, and they have videos of him in Russia wrestling a bear. Dagestan.
So that's fine.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
His strength is like superhuman.
Listen,
So
I
he
saw
wins in
Braun
3.
Strowman flip over a truck. You know what I mean?
No.
Guess what? And it don't matter.
All right. So,
I see plenty of videos. Well, all that
Yeah.
matters is what happens in the squared circle. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, at this point,
Now we want
we've
to
covered-
shift our focus over to Mr. Everything, the main event.
So let's start with how'd you get started in the wrestling business?
Oh man, 9 years ago I got started. I was actually doing some boxing and some MMA, and I was working with an agency in New York with modeling and acting. And one of the managers for the company, she invited me to become a professional wrestler. She knew that I was doing the boxing. She connected with a promoter that's helping me get some fights. I wasn't getting very many, wasn't very big like I thought it would, and she invited me to come train. And her name is Lady Lee, and I started training with her and down at Ace Pro Wrestling in Union City, New Jersey. And then wrestled there for about a year. Then I came down here to North Carolina, started training with C.W. Anderson, and got the crap kicked out of me to know how to do things better. I want to say the correct way, because there's really no correct way. It's always somebody's way of different. So you're showing me how to do things better and how to actually perform well in the ring.
Wow.
And I've been doing it since then.
Wow.
Sounds good.
How many years now exactly?
It'll be 9 years in September.
9 years.
Nice.
Very good, man.
Well, what's your career highlight so far?
Definitely NXT.
NXT.
NXT and WWE, working down there with those guys, man, it's such a great feeling. It's like being here with you guys. Like literally, it's like it's a homely feeling. Like nobody makes you feel like you're out of place, like you don't belong there. They don't make you feel like you're outsider or nothing like that. Everybody's real cool. Very approachable and come up talk to you and hold conversations, see what you're all about, see who you are. And it's such a great feeling. I've worked NXT twice. I actually had a match with Lars Sullivan. Me and Lars tagged against Heavy Machinery.
Mhm.
Didn't fail too well, but it's a moment.
Exactly.
I had my moment, and I've
definitely
worked
a moment.
Raw and SmackDown a couple of times, and had tryout matches on SmackDown. So just get my foot wet in the door.
That's
great.
awesome, man. That's awesome.
Also, Ring of Honor too.
Yes, I worked Ring of Honor. Me and my tag partner James, we worked tag match. Actually, we did a double shot for you that night.
Yep.
We was out in Concord. We went and worked the tag match against Keith Lee and Shane Taylor. And then right after we got done, we was like, all right, we're sorry to do this, but we have another booking. You said, all right, there we go. And I was like, yeah, go ahead. And we shot over to Charlotte and worked the show for you. And I beat up Shane Martin. I beat him up real bad.
In a table and ladders match, right?
Ladder match. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna tell a quick story here about this guy, just to set the tone.
Good.
So I was promoting this show right here, that one, and a guy named Alex Adonis, who's right there, kind of reminded people of The Undertaker. He tells me I had wrestled him for another promotion not too long earlier, and he calls me and he says, hey, I got this guy that I want you to put on your show. And at that point, I didn't have a ton of people booked on my show. I'm like, all right, tell me about him. He says, his name's Victor Andrews. He's good, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, tell him to get in contact with me. So Victor over here, he gets in contact with me and he tells me I want to work the show. I said, okay, cool. Just film me a promo and I'm going to put it out. And he filmed absolutely the worst promo I've ever seen in my life. And not only was it the worst promo I've ever seen in my life, I thought something was wrong with this guy. But it had the most intensity of any promo I ever seen in my life. He was like, "My name's Victor Andrews, and I'm from Grand North Carolina." And I'm like, okay, either this guy is going to be awesome or like he really is like out there. And either way, I'll work with him, because he really wanted to come do the show. So he comes out there and does the show, and I put him in the first match of the night because I didn't know who he was or what he could do. Mm-hmm. There wasn't much video of you online at the time. Yeah. He'd never won a title at the time, and promoters really weren't using him the right way. So he comes out there, and he works the first NSW match ever.
Oh, wow.
The first match of the night on the first show we ever did. He wrestled Shane Martin and lost. But I watched every single match that night. I wasn't interested in every single match, but I watched every match. And literally, that was the best match of the night. And we had some big names on that show. Yeah. And I was like, hey, man, from now on when I have shows, you're booked. I was like, I don't care where it is or what's going on. You're booked. And the next show, he went from jerking the curtain on my first show to winning the heavyweight title on my second show from Alex Adonis, who was up there, and Ooga Booga, who's right next to him. Mm-hmm. And from then on
No.
Right? It was the three-way?
No. I won the NSW Social Media Championship first.
That's right. You did.
And then I got the heavyweight title from Ooga Booga and Lou.
Okay, that's right.
Lou,
that's right.
In a three-way.
But I told him, from now on, you're main eventing my shows. That's how it's going to be. And I don't know what it was about that first promo and how bad it was. I'll have to dig it up. But ever since then, he cuts awesome promos and he does some great stuff. And I can honestly say that I was the first guy to put 2 titles on him before any other promoters ever put any titles on him.
Yes.
But I just have always had faith in this guy, man. He's an awesome wrestler, and he always puts his heart into it. And I had people getting mad at me for pushing him as hard as I was. And I told you this back then. I was like, if I had 15, because I was wrestling at the time, if I had 15 Victor Andrews, my shows would draw 1,000 people. But instead, we're drawing a couple hundred. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that he promoted the heck out of these shows and these other guys didn't. And they all wanted to know why I pushed him so hard. And I was like, I'll push the guy who has limited talent and limited promos, the guy who really wants to be there, shows me he wants to be there, and promotes it for me. Yeah. And this guy ended up being the champion, and he's still promoting the hell out of it. And these guys wonder why they're jerking the curtain and can't even put up my flyer on their Facebook page.
Right. Exactly.
So
and just to touch on that promo, it was horrible. I mean, I had the what you call it, the angry black man syndrome around that time. So I felt like all my promos need to be aggressive. Like, I'm gonna come out there, I'm gonna beat the dude up, and I'm gonna kick him in the face, and I'm gonna win because I'm missing everything, and then like walk away. But then after a while, people was like, you don't have to scream so much. Just relax. It's gonna be okay, brother. Just tell them what you want to do, where it's gonna be, who you wrestling, and that'll be it. I'm like, oh.
That
makes it a lot easier.
It's called the Samoa Joe syndrome.
Yeah.
You're tired. It's just like, because just quiet down. You got it. Slow down.
I was a black Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what the video sounded. But since then, we've had the pleasure of wrestling each other, tagging together, 6-man tag matches together. And this guy, seriously, if you're a promoter out there, you need to book this guy because eventually he will be in the WWE. That's in my heart. I know for a fact he will be. And if you get the chance to have him on your shows, get him on there. Recently, he was on the Body Slam Fest. That's what it's called.
Body Slam Fest.
Mike Bias.
Yes.
Mike Bias. And it's funny because I don't know if you were booked at that time, but he asked who should wrestle against Matt Striker, and I put your name on there.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Were you booked already on that show?"
No, yeah, I was already booked
on that
show.
I didn't even know that. But anytime anybody asks an indie question, I just put Victor Andrews. I don't care if they say who's the greatest wrestler in the world. I just do it just because it helps get your name out there.
Yeah.
But
and let's just face it, he is, man. Like you don't call awesome Mr. Everything for nothing, right?
Yeah.
Whole package, man. He's really good, bro.
Back to us talking. I just wanted to put that out there. You won the heavyweight title of NSW at the Friendly Center.
Yes.
And do you remember the controversy surrounding that match?
Yes.
Go ahead and talk a little bit about that.
You talking
In
when
Greensboro.
when
Greensboro.
Shane Martin did the moonsault?
Yes.
Yes. So we're in the spot, and Shane wants to do a moonsault from off the top rope. That was his thing. He wanted to do a moonsault to the outside. And I was like, all right, I'll be there. I'll catch you. This idiot overshoots me and kicks a little girl in the head.
Oh, get out of here.
And it was like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened.
Come on. You had one job, man.
Like, and it was the main event. The show was going great. Everybody done their thing, and then everybody was going. It was just us, and we just had to go out there. The crowd was crazy the entire night. And it's outside and everything. You know, it might have been hot for some people. Me, I don't get hot, so I couldn't tell you. But everybody was so excited and everything like that. And the little girl was so excited. Like, she was into it.
Yeah.
And to that moment, and then she was still into it, but her parents was like, he just kicked my daughter. Like, oh my God. And so Will had to do damage control. There's a couple of guys in the back that was mad at us because we kicked the little girl. And I was like, well, I didn't know. Yeah. She was like so close behind me. I didn't think Shane was going to jump that daggone far. I mean, he's a little guy. I didn't think he'd be able to shoot that high, but
craziness.
It was ridiculous. But we still had a good show. Everyone enjoyed it.
But no, the parents didn't get involved.
No,
that happened at Impact last week. Did you see?
Really?
Oh man, I can't remember the guy's name.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
well, see, that's a little over the top. You spit on somebody.
Yeah.
You deserve to get beat up.
Was it a gimmick or no?
No, he spit on a little girl.
Yeah, he's the heel, and he was coming out during the entrance. He spit a gum at the little girl's face.
Who was the wrestler?
I
can't remember his name.
But the dad beat his ass a little bit. He got a few shots in on him.
Yeah, he jumped on him. It was no barricade, no barrier, no nothing.
Yeah.
The little girl came out. She was wanting a handshake. Yeah. He put his hand out. She got close, and he spit the gum right in her hand. And the dad walked up and started swinging throwing punches on him. I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So,
that story just reminded me. I was like, oh my God.
One thing that I noticed in all the years that we ran NSW is that you never really had anybody.
Devin Danger. Sorry to cut you off.
No idea who that is. But
no, don't watch a lot of Anthem anyway. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. But so in all the years, you never had heat with anybody on our roster except for one person. You remember that? You had a little bit of heat with somebody in Greensboro.
You're about to call out some people right now.
I'm talking about Kendall Williams?
No, not Kendall. Ooh. You had a little bit of heat with LeBron Cozone.
Oh.
He was mad at you for some reason.
Oh.
And we put
everybody stayed mad at me around that time.
He was mad at Victor, so I actually had them wrestle each other because Victor was like, "Hey, if he's mad at me, let us wrestle." And one thing that's cool about that story is just every time it seems like when people have an issue with each other and they have a match, it ends up being a good match because you got that little bit of extra aggression. Mm-hmm. Have you had matches with people that you've had heat with before?
Well, see, let's rearrange that question because I never really had heat with anybody.
Right.
Everybody always had heat with me.
Okay.
And it was dumb stuff. It was like, like he said, he put the belt on me. People was mad. I was getting booked on this place, and people got mad. I got booked at WrestleCade. Actually, we worked WrestleCade together, and people were mad. Like, why are you getting these opportunities? Well, I'm out here and I'm doing things that shows that I deserve these opportunities. I'm out there and I'm putting them to work.
Yeah.
And LeBron Cozone's problem was I had this girl that I was dating at the time, and he really liked her. He thought she was like the beautifulest thing he ever seen in the world. And I was like, relax. That's my girl. Chill. And he was like always in her face. And I was like, yo, just relax, like chill, like go the other way, do what you got to do. And, he was like he's young. He was young. He's hard-headed. He was a knucklehead. He ran this show. He still runs it to this day called Firestar. Mm-hmm. And he always wanted to bring me out to his show. But he was like, how much would you charge? For me to come from, at the time, Smithfield all the way to Greensboro, it was like 3 hours. Yeah. So I was like, like $60, $80.
Yeah.
Well, I can't pay you that much. Well, why not? I don't think I should pay you at all. Oh, for real? Well, I don't think you should book me at all. Then, like nothing against LeBron. I mean, he's doing this thing now, whatever. But it was just like, he always had this problem where he didn't feel as though I deserved to be where I was. And so he always had this little heat. And there's a lot of people out there who had heat with me. And then eventually they ended up having to come to me and squash it because they realized that their problem with me wasn't their problem with me. It was a problem with what they wasn't getting for themselves.
Right.
It wasn't opportunities they were receiving. And then once they realized that, I was like, come up with, I gotta apologize to you, man. I had no problem with you. I had no reason to have a problem with you. It was just my own insecurities and things like that. I mean, I get guys that inbox me now and say, hey, man, congratulations on NXT. You deserve it. And I happen to look at my phone like, this dude really congratulating me, like telling me I deserve something. Like all these years, you just wanted to punch me in the face, but nobody was ever crazy enough. But they had because they knew I had the boxing and MMA. They know, don't mess with Vic. That dude to hurt you. But it was just crazy because all these guys had these issues with me, but never really addressed them to me. They always walked around and talked trash about me, and always tell people, if you're gonna talk trash about me, at least let me pay you for the advertisement. Because when you talk trash about somebody, the person you're talking trash to and they don't know you, they're gonna look you up. And then they're gonna watch your stuff and they're gonna follow you and like you're advertising on YouTube because they're gonna look up on YouTube, see how good I wrestle or how bad I wrestle. They're gonna Google me, which they end up on my website and give me some hits on my website, and they'll visit my t-shirts and they might buy a t-shirt if they like the design, and then they'll subscribe to my Twitter and all that, and then after a while, you just gave me a whole bunch of new fans because once they realize that what you're saying does not match up with what they see, then you're gonna like boo-boo the fool.
Exactly.
And, ridiculous.
You're gonna make Victor Andrews Mr. Everything.
Exactly. I've never. That is the best way I've ever heard it put, man. It's a common problem. People project their own insecurities onto other people. It's like your problems with yourself, man. Your problems with the man in the mirror. It ain't with
exactly. And Will could tell you, I'll help anybody out with no problems. I'll help you get on the shows. I'll help you learn how the ways I do things, as far as like getting suits, contact the promoters, the way you contact them, your resume, your business cards. Like I have all these different things that I do for myself that I can be willing to help people. It's just come up to me and ask. I'm not going to come chase you down because I don't know that you need it.
He's always been very humble too. And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
You got squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? You're not gonna get nothing if you don't ask. You're not gonna get nothing by sitting there and seething. Nothing's resolved by not talking.
Exactly.
So.
Nick, do you remember Tony Atlas, a wrestler from back in the day? He was Rocky Johnson. Yeah, he was the Rock's dad's partner. Tell the Tony Atlas story from WrestleCade. You brought up WrestleCade. You got to tell the story.
So we're standing there. It's me, Will, and Jordan Flight, and we were tagging.
Dude.
Yeah, so we were tagging that night at WrestleCade. It was I think it was the first WrestleCade.
Second.
It was the second one.
Yep.
Well, the first one that we went
to. Yeah, the first one was Fan Fest. Yeah.
And so we're there and we're doing the Fan Fest and we're standing there, and we happen to set up a table next to Tony Atlas and Ivan Koloff, and Nikita Koloff was over there as well.
Wow.
And they're all sitting there, and all these legends, and we're sitting there just chilling. And I was talking to Shane Helms at the time. He was standing there, and we were just chit chatting because me and him known each other for a couple of years because he's from Smithfield, and I went to school there.
Okay.
And we're sitting there, we're just chit chatting, and Tony Atlas walks up and he's like, "Hey,
it's you!
It's you!" And he's looking at Jordan, like he's not even looking at me and Will. He's looking at Jordan, who's
150-pound surfer boy,
white dude, right?
Yeah.
Long hair and everything. He looks, it's you. I can't believe it's you. Like, oh my God. He gives him a hug. He's like, my mom told me so much about you. And we're looking at him like, because when he first said it's you, we thought that we were in trouble.
Yeah.
And then he was like, my mom told me so much about you. And then we were confused. It was like, his mom.
Like, she showed us pictures.
He showed me pictures. He's like, where have you been? And then he turned around and everybody's like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, Ivan Koloff was like, what are you talking about, Tony? He was like,
bright red.
Yeah.
My dad. This is my dad. And like, and we're all standing there like, what?
Like, what the fuck is this dude talking about?
What is happening right now? Is this really happening right now?
What?
And we're just totally confused. And he's like excited. He's like, I finally got to meet my dad. Man. And he gives him a hug and he walks away. And we were like,
what the hell?
He walked away on that with no further explanation.
Nothing. Just walked away. And we're all just looking like, wow.
That was our
WrestleCade moment.
Yeah.
Like everything else. Everything else,
are you serious moment?
Yes, everything else throughout the whole day did not matter besides that point.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's
like, because it's Tony Atlas for one.
Yeah.
You know, he's a freaking legend. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And for him to just walk and just single us out and then walk up and then said all that and then just walk away. Like, if you didn't know who we were and if you didn't know we were there, you knew now.
Yeah, exactly.
You knew now. Like,
And
it
all
was
these
crazy.
legends are looking at us like,
Yeah, and like Shane Helms was standing there, Shannon Moore, because they was like doing a 3 count that night, and they was standing there, and then he was like, and they was shaking their head like, what in the world?
You guys the rub, huh?
Yeah, and walked away, and I was like, unbelievable, unbelievable.
That's
it was
amazing.
crazy.
That's very.
It was
funny.
crazy.
That's great. That's a great
I can't
memory.
get over
Like
I
you
still,
said, that
every
was
time
our
I
best
see
became
Jordan,
gold.
every time I see Jordan, I was like, so how's your son?
So I'm sorry, I don't mean to change the subject, but yeah, that was an awesome story. But so NXT, how did you get involved in it?
Oh man, well, you know, I've always been keeping up with WWE. I have a recruit profile, but the main reason, and you know, I don't like to really say it because you know, I don't like for people to really reach out and jump on him, but he deserves to just do. Steve Corino helped me out a lot with getting on NXT. He's a performance center coach, and he does with the agents and production and things like that. And I've been working for his company, PWF, down in Hubert for about 4 years since the start back up in North Carolina.
Right.
You know, they used to run in Pennsylvania for a good while. In New Jersey. So when they started back up in North Carolina, I've been working with them ever since the very first show. I have not missed a show. Actually, I'm the only guy that's been there from the very beginning who has not been written out or has not missed a show.
Really?
That's the legend, Steve Corino.
Awesome
ECW.
guy. Yes, awesome guy. I mean, I
Former
love him to death.
ECW world champ. Yep.
And you know, he contacted me. He said, "Send me a bio in an email." Okay, well, you know, Steve Corino tells me to send me $100. I ain't gonna ask no questions. Just send it and see what happens.
Send it, yeah.
And I sent it to him. And he's like, "All right, well, expect the email for NXT." So okay.
Really?
Like I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm still like, I'm the type of person like, okay, well, you know, I don't really get my hopes up, but I'm excited.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, okay, you know, if I get an email, cool. If I don't, you know, I'm not missing nothing. I just keep working hard for another opportunity. And they contacted me and said, you know, we need you to come down to Orlando. I was like, okay, cool. Went down there, did the show, walked in, and man, like I gotta take a breath for a second because the whole moment, from the time I walked in the door to the time I got back in the car to leave, was just crazy. Like I was telling you earlier, you know, it was just such a humbling moment, and it was so much fun. It was exciting. I walk in, and we walk past this office, and I look in the door, and it's a glass, you know, in the door, and Triple H is sitting there. And I was like, and I had a friend with me who drove down with me to help me do the drive down there. And I was like, yo, you missed it. Yo, look. He was like, what? I said, Triple H is in there. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, calm down. I was like, I'm calm. You calm down. And we were looking and we kept walking because we were trying to figure out where we needed to be.
Yeah.
Well, where I needed to be. He was going to go sit out in the lobby until time for the show start. And then we all passed another door, and I happened to look, and there's Shawn Michaels sitting there. And I was like, yo, did you see that? He was like, what? I said, you're not looking. What is wrong with you? Shawn Michaels is right there. He was like, for real? I was like, yes. He was like, okay, it's gonna be okay. You sure it's Shawn Michaels? I know Shawn Michaels. That was Shawn Michaels. And we're standing there, you know, the production guys came out and then we started filling out our forms and things. Steve Corino comes out and said, you know, when you get done filling out your forms, come see me. I'm your agent for this match. Said, okay, cool. And then Triple H walks out. How you doing? Paul. How you doing? Paul. Kept walking. I was like, and then Shawn Michaels comes out. How you doing, Shawn? Kept walking. And everybody else started following behind him. Malcolm P.S. Hayes, how you doing, Michael? You know, and I was like, oh my God, yo, y'all see that?
Vic was like, I'm never watching this man again.
I'm looking at my hand like Booker T, like, did you see that? Tell me I did not just experience that. Tell me that did not just happen. And
I'm pretty sure he did a Ron Simmons. Damn.
And you know, and we're sitting there, and I'm excited. Like the kid in me is going crazy.
Of course.
The professional and the adult in me is like, you know, whatever. Whatever. It's cool, man. You know, I know Triple H. What up? You know what I'm saying? And we get all the paperwork done, and then Steve comes to me and says, "Okay, you're working a tag match, and you're going to be tagging with Lars Sullivan against Heavy Machinery." All right, cool. And I knew the story. Get in there. Lars' tag partner gets in, he gets beat up.
Yeah.
Loses the match. Lars gets in, gets mad, beats him up. Cool. And it was like, well, we're going to do something different. All right. So Lars is going to get in, he's going to work. And then he's going to tag you in. Once he hits a big move, you call for the tag. Like, you scream out. I'll say, you want me to, like, actually say it? Like, you want me to talk on camera? It's like, yeah, just scream out, tell him, yo, come on, tag me. I was like, all right, cool. So he comes and he tags me. And I jump in and I start, trying to do something, and they get the advantage on me. And so we want you to fight back. I was like, they want me to fight back. Yeah. So, yeah, throw some shots, and then, we're going to the finish. Okay, cool. Not a problem. I'm excited at this point. I'm like, nobody that's ever had a first time experience with NXT had an opportunity to fight back.
Offense,
And so it was like, all right, so we did that spot. And it was like, all right, so, then once you get done, you'll take the finish. Lars will come in, he'll beat you up. We'll show you how to do the cameras and all that stuff. Show you where the camera's at, where you need to do all your facial expressions and all that good stuff. Cool. Did it very well. It did it so well that I was nervous that I messed up. And so when we got outside, and Matt Bloom was talking to the guys and, discussing, the match and what could have been different, and things like that. He looks at me and was like, "You are awesome," and walked away.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, that was scary. That was nerve-wracking.
Well, yeah,
because I'm standing there, I'm like, "Oh shoot, what does that mean? What does that mean?" And I looked at Steve, and I was like, "Steve, what does that mean?" He told me I was awesome. Like, that's all he said. Did I do something wrong? He was like, "No, you were great. Thank you so much. I love you." Give me the biggest hug, and then he walked away. And then, like, for a whole week, and I was talking to Heavy Machinery and Lars when we got to the back, and I was like, "Yo, is there anything I did different? Did I do anything?" I said, "No, man, you were great. Thank you so much. You made us look so good. Thank you." Like, gave us the biggest compliment. And then it was like, the production guys came in and said, "We need you to do a promo." I said, "All right, cool." Usually, I've never seen anybody do a promo.
Yeah.
Like, nobody that's fresh off. And it was like, I was like, so when am I walking in? It was like, no, we're not walking in. We're going to have you do a promo, and then Lars is going to walk in on you. It's like, oh, so this is my promo? It's like, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. I mean, that's what y'all want to do. Yeah. Who am I to argue with you? You know what's better.
Yeah.
You know what's best. And so I did the promo, knocked it out in 2 takes. And they was very impressed with that. And then I was sitting there thinking, like, the whole time before it aired, I was like, man, I'll never see that promo again. That part where, I was doing all the fighting back, they probably cut that out, all this different stuff. And they aired every last bit of it. Mm. And I was like, wow.
I feel real good.
I felt great because they aired the promo before the match started. And then, they showed the match. And I was like, man. And I kept texting Steve the whole week.
Yeah.
Tell me something that I did wrong. Tell me something. Like, it's got to be something I could have did better. He was like, no, everybody here loves you. Mm-hmm. Everybody here loves you. He said, Heavy Machinery walked up to me and said, thank you for inviting him down. And then they sent me messages on Facebook. I was like, yo, thank you again. And da-da-da. I was like, and like to this day, I'm still thinking that I did something. It was something I could have did better.
And well, that's on YouTube, right? You can find that on YouTube.
Yes, you can find it on YouTube. And you can look, if you got the network, you can find it on the network.
Yeah, I have it on the
Actually,
network.
You know what's crazy?
What?
You can type my name on the network and it'll come up.
Victor Andrews.
You can type Victor Andrews, the search on Victor Andrews on the network.
Amazing.
And that match pops up. I'm like,
amazing.
I feel like I'm immortalized on WWE. Because you can
But
you can do it on the phone.
That's amazing.
That's huge. So, and then you've done a little bit more stuff with NXT since then?
Yes, I just went down to Atlanta this past February and did a little security spot with
I called him. I was like, "Is Victor Andrews on NXT this week?" He goes, "I am."
Yeah, I did a little spot with Sanity, and then
there he is. Victor Andrews comes up on the network, guys.
Yeah,
there he is.
And then I went down to
watch the match.
Immediately after that match, I did Raw and SmackDown the following month.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went and did that. I didn't get put on TV, but I did a trial match.
You did trial, okay.
And we did a trial match at SmackDown. It was crazy.
Was there a crowd there when you did your trial match?
No, the crowd was the roster.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
the entire SmackDown roster.
Who
Like
did you work with?
a couple of other extras, some indie guys.
Yeah. So
and
they
I end up-
usually do it before taping, right? Or something?
Yes, they do it before everything
Yeah.
happens. So everybody's like standing there and they're all surrounding the ring. It's almost like a lumberjack match. Everybody's just surrounding the ring and they're watching you.
Mm.
Like all the agents,
Yeah.
all the wrestlers, all the everybody, all the
Is
producers.
anybody reacting to like the spots?
Yes.
Oh, they are
They're,
reacting.
they're watching, they're reacting, and
Okay.
and a couple of them come up to you and give you feedback after you get
Okay.
done. And I was lucky because it was a tag match that needed an extra person, and then I had a singles match. And the guys that was in the tag match, they're the Heat Seekers, Matt and Elliot, and they came up to me. They knew me for a couple of years, and I was like, "Hey man, do you mind working this tag match with us? Because the guy needs a partner, and we want to work a tag match, because they're a dominant tag team."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no problem. He was like, you don't mind working twice? Do I look crazy to you? No, I don't mind working twice.
They would have worked every match they had.
Yeah, like Will will tell you.
Thanks. I don't want
I've always been the type of person, I always tell Will, give me 3 matches. Give me 2 or 3 matches. He's always telling me, you stop being so great. And I was like, because I got so much adrenaline and so much energy. Like we ended up doing the luchador gimmick.
Yeah.
Corazon Caliente. And
So there were events where he wrestled in the main event, the first match of the night, and a battle royal in between.
Yes. And it was
Awesome.
like because had so much energy, so I
He
would.
spent more time changing outfits than
Yeah,
actually wrestling.
it was in one event. I worked 4 times. I worked the
wow.
singles match with the luchador.
Yeah.
Then we did a battle royal,
Yep.
which I did the luchador and my own gimmick, and then I worked the main event as my own gimmick.
That's awesome.
And
And
you did 2 matches as Victor Andrews, remember? Because you wrestled Miles Allen to get into that heavyweight title match. Yeah, 4 matches on a 7 match show.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what? It's great.
It's a
Though.
monster.
He's the guy who you love doing it, man.
Yeah.
You love doing it. You love the business. Man, just do whatever, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so so when they asked me to do 2 matches, I was like, yeah, sure. So we went there, worked the tag match, and I wanted to go ahead and since I was standing in the ring anyway, go ahead and do my singles match. And so I'm the type of person like I've always been in front of TV crowds. I've done modeling, I've done Fashion Week, all these different stuff. So I never really see the audience.
Yeah.
I just listen to the reaction. I just feel the vibe.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me going in the matches. And so when we did the tag match, I didn't see anybody around. In my mind, it was just me and the guys in the ring. Nobody else was there.
Gotcha.
And so we're working the match and and we did it. And, the guys went over and we got done. And as they were climbing out, my guy for the singles match was climbing in. And at that moment was when I realized everyone was watching.
Mm.
And I'm looking around, I'm surveying the area, and guys like, the Usos, who you love so much, and New Day, and John Cena is standing on a ramp, like with his arms crossed, just standing, just looking at me.
Baron Corbin, who I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, he's standing there. All these guys just standing there, just looking at me as I'm standing there in the ring, because I didn't realize that they were watching the entire time. But once everything stopped, is when I realized everyone was looking at me, and I was like, for a second, I was like, oh snap. Everybody's looking at me. Should I be doing anything right now? Like, I'm not waiting for my match, but I feel like I should be doing something. And then, we did our match and went over there, and we did great. And then, we got feedback from Scott Armstrong and John Cone and all these different guys, just giving us feedback, and it was great, man. It was great. Awesome. And then when I went the last time in January on New Year's, I worked a match there. So, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I love it. Catering is great.
That's what everyone says. Catering is great.
Catering is great. And when I used to come up here, people always say, yeah, if you ever get invited to WWE, don't eat the food. Don't ever sit around catering because they'll kick you out and you never get invited back. And so when I first went there, I was like, okay, they always say don't eat the food. Mm-hmm. And then they literally have you fill out your paperwork in the catering.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not going to tell you to not eat the food and put it in your face. No. It was like dumb. And so John Cone was like, go ahead and have you something to eat, do whatever you need to do and just hang out here. And it was like, is this show? Is it okay we eat the food? It's like, yeah, unless you're not hungry, it's up to you. And so
must have been ribbing you.
And I think it's because back in the day it was more like let the main guys eat first, then you guys can come in and get what's left. Now it's a smorgasbord of variety. So you better eat and you're gonna pass out. So it's a lot of fun.
How's the Chinese food?
I don't know. I ate cereal.
There you go.
Cereal.
Listen, I've seen a few episodes of Total Divas. They're always hanging out in K.
Oh, I know.
Right? So
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm real picky about what I eat, so I ate a lot of cereal and sandwiches.
there you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Right. So you're telling me earlier you basically are going to be sanctioned in every state of the country pretty soon to wrestle.
Yes. I'm putting in my application. As soon as I get home, I got to mail those things out. Putting an application to get licensed in every state and somebody asked me, you know, you don't really need it in this state and you don't really need it in this state for indies. And I told them, so I'm looking past indies.
Yeah.
Got it.
You know, if WWE calls me and they say, hey, you're licensed in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Okay, well, can you make it this day? Yes, I can.
There you go. Yeah.
You don't want to leave anything to chance. And the worst excuse is to say that I wasn't ready.
Right.
Exactly.
Shoney Carter, you better watch out because this guy's getting his passport too. He's about to be Mr.
Already got
Everything International.
I already
There
got
it
it.
is.
It already
Got his
came in the mail.
passport now.
Got my passport and get ready to go international.
Coming.
The camera's over there.
He's coming.
Love God.
And I'm hitting all markets. I want to be able to hit all markets.
Yeah.
Actually, what I plan to do, and I hope my school doesn't see this, is I'm in college right now. So I'm going to do the study abroad program.
Mhm.
And the place I want to go to is the UK to kind of learn the culture and things like
Yeah.
that. And while I'm there,
Mhm.
you know, couple promoters, you
There
know,
you go.
Yeah.
how you doing? You know,
Absolutely.
well, we got over here a couple bookings.
There you
You
go.
know,
There you go.
you know, what's going on over here? A couple. Well, while I'm over there studying, let me go over there and wrestle.
Okay.
And then, you know, the promoter doesn't have to pay for it. You know,
Absolutely.
a couple. Let's look at your boy.
There you
That's
go.
good.
Hey, listen, you would do well out there. I lived in Ireland for 6 months last year.
Mhm.
Wrestling's big in Ireland. You know,
Yeah.
Valor came over from over there. I think you'd do well over there.
Well,
you know?
thank you.
Definitely.
I don't have any connections over there. But I'm just telling you, I think you do well. I saw a
Yeah.
lot of,
He's got
wrestlers,
his
a lot
own
of
connections.
some independent shows out there. You know, I'm just messing.
Yeah, no, I know. But, you know, try to get a hold of Paige's family. They got the indie wrestling.
Yeah,
going on.
actually, I used to be in contact with them through Steve Carino, so I definitely need to contact them
Yeah.
Nice.
once I start making those moves.
Absolutely, man. You trust me, Vic, and you destined for great things, man. You're gonna be in WWE any day now, man.
I'm trying,
Fucking
man.
awesome.
I'm trying.
Absolutely.
So tell us about your kids, man.
Oh man, my kids. Let's see, what time is it? Gotta make sure I got time to go pick them up. Oh, my kids are doing great. My daughter, she's 12 years old. She's a gymnast, and she's just phenomenal. She's
Yeah.
Amazing.
she's like daddy, and she's very tough on herself, and she wants to be the best in what she does. And she can't accept low scores or anything like that. Anything less than a 9 is no good for her. But it's always great for me. Like I'm watching, like, oh man, you did great. She says, yeah, but I didn't point my toes. I didn't notice that part. No, oh, that backflip was wonderful. Oh yeah, but I tucked a little later than I should have. Whatever. You're doing stuff that daddy can't do. So that's the way I see it. And actually, when she first started doing gymnastics, I started doing it a little bit because I was like, I'm competitive.
Yeah.
Even with my kids, you're not gonna be able to do a backflip, and I know how to not know how to do a backflip. So
Yeah.
I taught myself. It was a couple little bumps and bruises here and there, but
Yeah.
I had to learn how to
Get
do
it done.
things. And then my other daughter, she lives in New York, and she's doing well. My son, he's 9 now. He's doing basketball during the summer, and then my 2-year-old.
Mhm.
My 2-year-old.
Mr. Everything Jr.
he's everything that I am,
Yeah.
and more. And he loves the wrestling. He loves it so much that he sometimes has a Clark Kent Superman syndrome,
Yeah.
the way he looks at me and he says, "Daddy, I want to watch Victor Andrews on YouTube." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'm like, when I turn it on, and I was like, "Who's that?" He's like, "Victor Andrews." And I'm like, Who am I? He's, "Your daddy."
The way it should be, man.
It's,
awesome.
it's not the same people. But on the other side of things, he'll pick up a WWE magazine and see Kofi Kingston and be like, "Daddy, that's not me. What are you doing?" And he looks at me like, "Look, that's your daddy." I'm like, "No, that's not me. Yeah, that's daddy." I'm like, "Okay, but," and then he'll switch and there's only like certain pictures that he looks at.
Yeah.
He'll look at him like, "Yeah, that's daddy," and then he'll turn the page. I'm like, "Okay, who's that?" "Oh, that's New Day." But daddy's not. That's the same guy. You know what? Forget it. You're two. Forget it.
Oh man.
I'm not gonna argue with you. You're right. You're right. That's New Day, Daddy, Victor Andrews, and Kofi Kingston. 4 people totally different, all the same. Works for me. And he's all into wrestling. He loves going to the shows. He actually woke up this morning.
Yeah.
And my son is the most innocent. Children are the most innocent things in this world.
Okay.
And we got to preserve this innocence.
Yeah.
And I always tell him every day, son, you are so innocent. Please keep that. Because he wakes up every morning with a smile.
Mm-hmm.
He wakes up, he goes, and he looks at me, he goes, Daddy, guess what? I'm like, what? I woke up. And just being happy that he woke up, like us as adults get up and like, oh, it's Monday.
Yeah.
I gotta go to work. My 2-year-old wakes up, I'm like, Daddy, I woke up. And I'm happy too, because I'm like, yes, thank God you woke up. Like, good. And he gets up, and so this morning he woke up, he said, Daddy, I was in the ring. I was like, you was in the ring? He's like, yeah. And I'm thinking he's obviously talking about his dream.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I was in the ring. I said, okay, cool. And he's like, yeah, I beat up 2 guys. He's Drew. And he said, I beat up Drew and James. I said, you did? He said, yeah. And obviously he been watching some of matches. So he's like, yeah, I was in the ring and I beat them. And I threw him through a table and in the corner and in the post. And I pinned him. And I'm the championship. And I'm looking at him like, all that in your dream. You remember all that, huh? He's like, yeah. And I fight, Daddy. And then he puts on his real, because of his Kane face. I'm Kane. He's like, I fight them. And I was like, okay, just don't fight Daddy because you hit hard. But awesome. He loves it. I mean, he does everything that he sees. And sometimes I got to calm him down because he likes to try to jump off the top rope like I do. And dude, you too. Like, let's preserve all your bones for now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know you're pressed for time, so let's finish this up. Tell everybody how they can find you.
Oh, the easiest way to find me, and I tell this to a lot of people, is through my website. My website is connected to all my social media accounts, all my YouTube, all my merchandise and things like that. Any events that I'm going to happen coming up, you can RSVP through my website to any event. Cool. And it's www.thevictorandrews.com. You can find that easily, or you can just Google me. That's one of the other easy ways.
Google me, bitches.
Google me. I was, you know what? When I started having haters, I was walking to them like, just Google me, dude. And I was walking away from them. Like
they're gonna Google you, they're gonna watch you find. They're gonna damn, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, and then they realize like, I'm gonna leave this dude alone.
So merch on the website too, right?
Yes, merch is on the website and everything.
Before we finish up,
Vic,
this is important.
I'm gonna get myself a shirt. I want to go down to New Orleans. I'm gonna rep you.
Really?
Rep you down in New Orleans.
Man, I should have bought an extra shirt.
I'll give him the one you gave me.
It's an extra large. You put extra large, right?
Extra large.
I got it in the car.
I'm gonna rep you. NXT Takeover.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you so much.
Brother.
Well, I want to say, before we end it, I want to say thank you to you guys. Not for just having me, but for having a platform for any wrestlers or any MMA fighters or anybody to be able to have a voice and to be able to get themselves out there and speak to fans that don't really know who we are and being able to reach out to people that we can't reach out to ourselves. So you guys, I give you guys a round of applause. And I thank you so much, because I always tell everybody that does a podcast or any kind of TV segments, anything like that, you guys are our ears and our voices, and we can't do what we're doing without you guys. I mean, because, they won't know who we are just from Facebook anymore. It's more of, word of mouth interviews and radio. So thank you guys. Well, I love you, brother. Always from the beginning, like he said, he wasn't too sure of me.
I thought he was a little crazy.
I'm sure of it now. Don't worry.
And look, and we knew the first match we had, real quick, we get to the show, and it was in Lillington with me and you. And then, the promoter walks up to me and was like, hey, man, you good? And I was like, I'm chilling. I guess Will had hyped me up so much they were like treat me like VIP. It was like,
me too.
And it was like, we don't want to disrespect you, but we got to put you on as the first match. Is that okay? And I was like, that's cool with me. Because I had to leave anyway, because I had a fashion show to do right after, and which a lot of people used to tease me like, how you wrestle and then go do a fashion show. Like, I just always make sure I never get kicked in the face. And so we're sitting there and we're just hanging out, and the promoter's like, you need anything and anything like that? I said, no, I'm just gonna run to the store right fast. Oh, wait, where you going? So I'm just gonna go across the street and get some cookies and milk. Oh, we'll get it. I was like, no, I'll just run over there and get some cookies and milk. And I'm sitting there, and it's in the summer and it's warm, to me, but it's hot to everybody else. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting there eating cookies and milk, and everyone walking by me, and they're looking at me like, this dude's drinking milk. Like, who are you working? I was like, Willie G. And I was like, man, this match's gonna be horrible. Because they automatically thought, I'm drinking all this milk and it's hot. I'm end up throwing up all over the place. And then Will tell you, and when I drink milk, it gives me a whole lot of energy.
Yeah.
And so I had to calm down a little bit on the milk because when I drink it, I'm like this.
He doesn't even drink water at all.
Don't drink water at all.
Yeah.
Like since 2001, I stopped drinking water at all completely.
Really?
And so I would drink milk, and I'm like this, like, and the guys would always tell me, man, I gotta wrestle Victor Andrews, man. I don't want to do this, man. I want to be blowed up in the first 3 minutes, man. I don't want to do all that. So, but thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for coming on, man. We love having you, man. You're the bar as far as, wrestling goes right now. And I think, you're definitely one of the guys who, we love watching and we can't wait to see more.
Thank you. I plan to give you more.
Absolutely.
Good. We'll definitely have you back on soon, then.
Yes, definitely.
All right, awesome. As for everybody else, this was a super episode. Thank you for sticking with us. We know it was lengthy, but you got to admit it was damn entertaining. So enjoy UFC coming up this weekend. Enjoy WrestleMania. Your boy's going to be down in New Orleans. So anybody down in New Orleans who's going to be there for WrestleMania, you want to meet up, you want to get in some trouble, hit us up, slide into the DMs. You know where to find us at @fight_gods on Twitter, at the Fight Gods Podcast on Instagram. We're on the Facebook page always. Other than that, Vic, Will, enjoy your week. We're on the road, guys. Let's do this.
Happy WrestleMania.
Hey, this is Steph. This is Lex from Hammer MMA, and you're watching Fight God Podcast.
I'm Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews, and you're watching Fight Guys Podcast.
My name is Big Bite Martinez, and I am the fighting warrior of professional wrestling, and you're watching Fight Gods Podcast!